Okay. Hi. We're like, hi, everyone. And once again, welcome to Radiant Shadows, our Australian-based 5e actual play D&D campaign. Hi, my name's Ham. I DM this thing and try and corral 5 players into some semblance of something or other. But tonight, you'll notice that we're missing a few people. Because we've got an extra special session of Radiant Shadows. We'll delve into the details of that in just a little bit, but first, let's just do some quick introductions. We're not going to touch on who people are playing, because A, I don't think it's required, and B, well, I mean, we're going to have to find out who one person's playing. So I'm going to defer straight to Kate to kick us off.
That's fair. I'm the regular player of this channel who's involved today. I'm also the one who caused us a 15-minute delay because my internet decided to poop itself. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm O'Sullivan Kate on all the places on the internet. Occasionally you find me doing things like Melbourne Fringe Festival and Shakespeare in parks. At other times you find me running stupid panels at PAX Australia, like Crit or Kiss the Monster Manual.
Talking about which monsters make you horny.
I didn't say that on the internet. I believe I actively said that I would smash pretty much all of them over the head with a sword on account of their monsters, you bleeping weirdos. So I believe there is a VOD coming for that at some point, but I don't know when. But otherwise, you can find me here or on Dungeons and Doctorates playing TTRPGs on the internet. So that's me and my general idiot face. There's a vastly more interesting and talented person sitting to my optical left on the screen.
She's talking about you.
Yeah.
No, she's definitively not talking about me.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot who we were talking about for a second there.
Wow. Yeah. For those of you playing at home, the amount of shade thrown in the last half an hour we've got sorted is like that build primary schools around us. It's so shady. It's
It's like the perfect beach. It's just all shade.
It is all shade. On the subject of all things shady, Mel.
Hi, I'm Melissa. You might know me as NephthysNile or Alice Barr in Red Centre by Night. You can find me pretty much everywhere as NephthysNile. I do stuff. I do lots of TTRPG shenanigans, and when I'm not doing that, I'm not doing much else really.
Hey, hold on. Wasn't it the award-winning?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Thank you, Ham. The award-winning 2023 TTRPG Stream of the Year from Arpia, Red Centre by Night. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Thank you for joining us tonight, Mel.
Thank you for having me.
Especially because it was slightly short notice. But you are very gracious in giving us your time.
I'm a consummate professional, Ham, is what I am.
Not based on the conversation before the start of the stream. But anyway, that's another topic. So something else that we need to shout out is also, so of course we did this on the Meeples and Dragons site, stream, Twitch channel place. Meeples and Dragons is a website, meeplesanddragons.com.au. Stop laughing, Saz. And their Christmas 2023 Advent calendar is now up for pre-order. If you like dice, and if you like opening up lots of little boxes of dice, this is definitively the calendar to get. Kate is giving a small demonstration of
this is last year's one. Oh, it's making me disappear, just like Rowan. Hang on. Angles. There we go. Maybe. Nope. Apparently, nope.
Well, we kind of got a rough idea. It's fine. But this year's is even bigger and betterer, which are better. So if you are keen, if you are interested, and you should be because it's amazing, go to meeplesanddragons.com.au and get your pre-order in. Also, if you have bought the calendars in the previous years and you're like, oh, I don't want to get doubles up of dice or anything like that, there aren't any. The Saz is lovingly curating all the dice that go into each year's selection, and there are no double ups from previous years. So you are guaranteed to actually get new dice that you did not get from the previous year. So do it because they're awesome.
Can confirm, great dice. I'm not buying myself another one because I know we'll have very much too many dice. I already have too many dice. Oh my god, dice.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah,
how does this work?
Oh, I live in an apartment. I can have too many dice because there is a limited amount of storage in my apartment. If I had a house, different story. There is a literal physical limit to the amount of dice that I am able to have.
You don't need a bed. You can store dice on your bed. It's fine.
You could sleep on dice.
There are people who have told me that I manage on not enough sleep as it is. I do not think that this is going to go well in my general social circles. In fact, there are probably some people in chat, like Ellie B, who would 100% tell me off if I was threatening my own sleep schedule any further than I already do.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing,
see, Kate needs sleep. Straight in the chat, straight away.
Yeah. As opposed to Talera, who's just like never.
No.
I love my dice.
On the subject of some of these people, last weekend we were all at PAX. So thank you to everybody who bumped into us, said hello, hung out with us. I got the opportunity to meet some of the I got the opportunity to meet all of the cast in person. So I was able to validate that Kate is actually a real human being.
And actually tall.
Actually tall.
Yeah.
And Mel as well, and a bunch of other people. So I mean, I just wanted to say very quick thank you to everybody who hung out with us, who came and said hello, to those people who I have got to know through the chat, who I actually got to meet in person. It was an absolute honor and pleasure to actually get to meet you guys in person. And I believe we've already started a countdown for next year.
Hang on. Within reach, I have something very important from another cast member who is excellent and is not here. So, which I grabbed and put within arm's reach and then promptly forgot to get out of its bag. So Heath did one step better. Our lovely, lovely Grumpfel did one step better and gave us all presents. Because presents. And people kept asking me what Rowan's ring looks like. And I had sent a picture to the chat a while ago of what Rowan's ring looks like. I got given Rowan's ring at PAX.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's awesome.
Nope. That's
gone.
Which, ironically enough, works really well with
well.
It actually works.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where's she gone?
But yeah, so I got gifted. Nope. Apparently, I don't exist. Rowan's ring, which I have posted photos on Instagram of if people want to have a better look. But mega shout outs to Heath for that. Also, I spy a brand new person in our chat. It's the lovely LNL Covers, who's decided to come and say hello.
You're welcome. I've seen a few new people by the looks
but
of
also,
things, which is awesome.
LNL Covers does the music for Split the Party, for those who
outstanding. Awesome. Well, it's awesome to have you here.
And are excellent.
Yeah, so Heath and Co, you're probably not going to find them in the chat tonight. A shout out was put out to everyone basically saying, look, there could be some spoilers here for you guys. This is a very Rowan-centric episode because Rowan's blipped away to different places a couple of times now over the course of the campaign, and we now have an opportunity to find out what actually happens when she vanishes and where she goes, or at least where she goes this time. So the rest of the crew are taking the night off. They're probably kicking back, relaxing, doing whatever it is nerds do. They're probably playing Baldur's Gate 3, most of them.
It's still downloading, and I had to stop it to come and stream so that my internet doesn't die even more. I can finally have it, guys. I can finally buy it for myself.
Absolutely. No, it's so good. It's so good. I've been playing it with Promethean and Emily and Tam, and it's been insane. Anyway, I digress. We should probably actually get around to playing D&D. So I don't think there's any other announcements. I don't think there's anything else to say. So I guess we'll just sort of jump straight into it. I had actually in the last episode of Radiant Shadows actually read the summary leading up to where young Rowan vanishes. With it being the case of they just passed through Barleyburg on the way towards where the gem mines were, and finding themselves on the edge of this swamp, which they were going to attempt to pass through as a slightly faster way to get towards the gem mines. Now, for those of you who were here a fortnight ago, you know what happened. Kate doesn't, because
Kate doesn't watch episodes. She's not in because she has to do other things like be at a fringe show and be in Melbourne.
Absolutely. And also,
actually, I did watch the last one, but I muted it, so I couldn't actually hear what was going on. I saw lots of lovely mouths going like this. But that was...
so in that respect, Kate doesn't actually really know what happened, and so neither does Rowan, which is awesome. Makes it a little bit easier for the players to roleplay. But again, for those of you who are playing at home, you do have an inkling of what happened. And at the beginning of the last episode, we also got a bit more of an introduction to the orc Gerlach, played by the incorrigible NVC DM, giving you a bit more of an insight in regards to him, but also giving you a bit of an insight into where Rowan is now going to pop into existence. So, Kate, for your edification, Rowan would have gone to bed and gone to sleep. The rest of the party, her watch was about third, I believe. Second or third. I remember it was later in the evening.
Second, it was, I think, first or second watch. Second. It was not late. It
wasn't super late, but it would have been more sort of later evening. So, Rowan, you would awake with a start. Almost as if you would have that instant sort of sense of losing your stomach when you've fallen, because you're not lying on your bedroll on the ground near a very large swamp. You now find yourself in what appears to be some kind of office. You have plopped into a very large, very comfortable chair in front of a desk. The desk itself is just carved from what appears to be a large singular piece of wood. On one side of it, there is a small lantern casting essentially the only light in this room. On the desk itself, you can see there are a couple of drawers, and you can see that there are papers strewn about on top of the desktop itself. A glance around, you can see very quickly that there are some large windows, and it is nighttime outside. Appears to be a clear evening through the clear glass. The other thing you notice is that there is a figure standing on the other side of the desk. Now, this figure, they're barely 5 feet tall, so they're definitely not tall.
Sorry.
And as you're
barely 5 foot tall to me is still a foot taller than I am.
Still a foot taller. So relatively speaking, true, fair call. I'll take that hit. The figure is fairly heavily stooped, and you can see now at a glance that it appears to be a turtle. And even in this light, you can tell that they are albino, including their shell. It's an almost sickly pale, however, and you can see that the skin is pulled very, very tightly over the features. The beak itself looks particularly sharp and brittle. It's currently wearing what appears to be deep red robes that pull on the ground around it, as if they're too long for it. Around its waist is a belt, and there's a number of like pouches and vials hanging from it. It appears to be leaning quite heavily on a cane, which is made from some kind of strange pale white material. The other thing that you notice about this turtle is about a third of its head is missing. Basically especially around one eye, and rather than having its usual skull there appears to be some kind of bronze material that's been formed to sort of create the shape of its skull. You can see one eye peering out from a mechanical eye, peering out at you from this thing. And in the quiet, you can hear what sounds to be like sort of the ticking of clockwork.
Is it the same ticking I would associate with Blinky?
Kind of similar. Yeah, definitely of that sort of mechanical nature. Absolutely. The other thing that you notice is that there's a very, very slight sort of chemical ammonia type smell in this room as well. And this thing, this turtle, is currently just peering at you as you're half sort of lying on this chair.
Yeah, can I just clarify? When you say a large chair,
Yep.
do I look like a small child sitting in Santa's throne at a Christmas photo?
Probably. Yep.
Great.
Pretty much.
That's just trying to get a scale sense that we're going with here. Oh, hello. Hi. Hello? Like she's very not with it. She's just bamfed into existence.
Yeah.
To her knowledge, she's just appeared. She doesn't know if just for certain people's benefit, Kate, the player, knows that there's someone else who exists in this space before she's there. Rowan does not know that.
Yep.
Rowan has not got that piece of information.
That's all good. We will get to other
get
bits
to
and pieces. Absolutely. This turtle takes a moment. Its head sort of craning forward, the neck extending slightly. The sound, there's sort of a slightly kind of creaking, bone crunching noise as it extends its neck forward a little bit at you. And this very ancient, dry voice says, This is quite fortuitous that you've turned up now.
Why? I mean, not to like question, but like, why?
This just happened to be talking to a young Gerlach about this very situation, and then, lo and behold, here you are.
Gerlach? Who's Gerlach? I don't know. What? What?
The turtle starts to walk around the desk towards you. What you notice about the way it moves is that it almost floats across the ground. It's using the cane to help with its mobility in some respect. But the way it's a very sort of smooth movement as it comes around. Still studying you. It's Gerlach. It's one of the teachers here at the consortium. You won't have met him yet, from what I understand.
Sorry, where am I? For clarity, I was in a swamp. I went to bed next to the fire, and I'm in a consortium?
Yes, you now found yourself in the Arcanum Consortium in the Rendarian Empire. I believe you may have been here once before.
Would she even know where that is? Like,
let's roll some.
I don't feel like I know where that is.
Make a history roll for us.
That's gonna go well. The 12.
12.
Big chunk has let me down. Oh, no.
I think she would have heard the name at a minimum, but it it would be sort of inconceivable as to where it is or much about it.
Okay.
The only
So I don't know where that is. I'm from. Well, I guess we were near.
She's trying to think of like what the logical reference point for anyone is because she doesn't know where she is.
I was. Harrow? Deep Cove.
I understand Deep Cove. It's down in the kingdom of Darador, from what I remember. Now, for your reference, Kate, just to help with some knowledge stuff, because I know I've thrown a bunch of stuff around recently. Darador is not where Deep Cove is.
No. She's because she's going.
I just wanted to clarify just to make sure.
Because I'm in. It's oh God, I need the map.
So just to grease the wheels, but also to help Mel understand stuff.
Yeah.
Darador, you have encountered the name before. Darador is the name of the kingdom of the 5 duchies where you are now, but 200 years ago.
Yeah.
And it does not exist now.
No.
Yeah. Now that region is known as the Rivenlands.
The Rivenlands, yeah. That's why I was like, my brain was like, no, it's the other place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So I have a weird question. When my dad and I are talking about history and places and stuff, we talk about it in terms of like a common time period that lots of places use, like common era and whatever. Do you when am I right now?
So when, as in what year? God damn it, that was the one tab I didn't have open, Kate.
You can't use oldie worldy names for places and not expect me to ask the Doctor Who question of all questions.
No, totally cool.
When am I?
It is
You know what you could do, Ham? Just give me a number and just say yes, that's the same or different to when Rowan would expect it to be.
It is. So it's the year is 1003 GB, which is definitively the same year that Rowan is in now.
Yeah.
Okay, so where I'm from, we haven't used that name for the area for like hundreds of years. Like before even my dad or my grandpap were alive. So we call it the Rivenlands. You seem confused by that idea.
You can see one of these, one hand reaches up and it starts sort of stroking its beak, and you can see that the skin on the hand, it's almost skeletal in nature. As it's got closer as well, that chemical smell has gotten stronger too. Not overpowering, but just very, yeah.
Can I just cast prestidigitation to make like this part of her face smell like neutral and clean, please?
If you would like to, certainly.
Yeah. Can I just do that? That feels. Just let me double check that this character does. Nope. I do not have the capacity to do that. That is a different character sheet. All right, great. Good.
Okay,
nope.
Excellent.
That would be an excellent use of prestidigitation, but I can't do that.
It does not.
Dope. Great. Good times.
Yes.
Love character sheets.
This is unexpected. I had assumed that this swapping of places was more of a locational phenomenon.
Swapping of places? Oh no. Delgrim's... Oh no! Oh, that's gonna go well. He's gonna be mad.
So you're telling me that Darador doesn't exist? It's interesting.
Well, I guess
Interesting.
the place exists, but it's not called that. Sure. Yeah. No, fine.
Another question for you now. My memory's not as good as it used to be. What was your name again?
Rowan.
Rowan. Rowan? What do you know of the lands known as Shardfall?
I mean, my friend Tiernan's from there. I know what he's told me. I don't know much else, though. It's not where I'm from. I don't know I'd ever go there, so.
Interesting. So whilst
Why
this
do
is...
you ask?
Yep, keep going.
Why do you ask?
Interesting dynamics between Durador and Shardfall here. I was just curious as to what that might look like from where you're from.
Cool. You want to go to whatever you were going to do? I will now think about my response to that.
Excellent. As you are thinking about that, let us slip across to Mel. So, firstly, Mel, I'm going to ask you to describe what you look like, and then if you could tell us just what you're up to at this point in time.
Sure. So I currently look like a human male, about mid to late 20s, relatively tall, somewhere in the vicinity of about 6 foot. Very lean and wiry. Looks a bit haggard. Cheeks are drawn and hollow. Eyes are dark and a little bit tired, and lips are very thin. So looks like, maybe not in the peak of health. Very short, choppy dark hair, wearing dark blue. And as he bustles around collecting a couple of scrolls and some bottles that he's been asked to collect, the gold rope that's tied around his waist kind of swings around, almost knocks something off a table before he catches it and looks at it and adds it to the pile of things that he's carrying. And taking a look at what is in his arms, he nods and kind of hurries off down a corridor towards a certain door.
Outstanding. Once you arrive at that door, you would see that it is slightly open, and you would be able to hear the final parts of that conversation floating down the hallway. As you made your way here as well, with it being later in the evening, the hallways of this very, very large building are practically empty. So your footsteps would echo through them as you're making your way towards this part of the building. There is braziers on the wall. Only every second one at this time of night is lit. So there's long shadows that are cast, flickering across the walls as you make your way towards what you know is Gerlach's office. And as you get there, again, you hear the beginning, you hear the end part of this conversation.
Excellent. So seeing that the door is open, I'll make sure to make my footsteps more resounding and more deliberate sounding so that the people know that I'm coming, to see if there's any change in the conversation at all. And then I'll be knock, knock.
So that knock happens just as this turtle sort of finishes asking you the question, Rowan. And it turns towards the door, and with it being closer, again, you can almost hear the bones in its neck as it twists. It appears at the door. It says, you may enter.
Push the door open and walk in. Just a few steps. Oh, my lord, I'm terribly sorry. I did not think that you would be in here, and with company, no less.
Good to see you. Actually, this is quite fortuitous.
My lord?
Rowan here, see this small halfling appears to be connected to our teacher Gerlach. Well, I think some further investigation might be useful, especially considering how Rowan has appeared here. If you could do me a favor.
Of course.
If you could please take Rowan down to my laboratory. I just need to make my way back to Valonia quickly and pick up some supplies that will help with an investigation into maybe what's going on here. And as he's talking, one eye is fixed on this human, but Rowan, the second eye, the mechanical eye, just clicks as it turns towards you. So it's essentially looking in two separate directions.
I guess that's me then.
She's gonna like probably not very dexterously get off the giant chair. But like as sort of carefully as she can, and then skirt as like the opposite way around the desk to the way that he is come up to her, because she finds the fact that the eye is looking in the wrong direction very unsettling.
So the mechanical eye just continues to follow you. And as you sort of make your way around, it lets out a very kind of small it's okay, Rowan. Cohen here will look after you and make sure that you're kept comfortable.
I believe I understand, my lord. Rowan, just a moment, please. And I'll very methodically place each bottle out of my arm and put it on a sideboard. And then the scrolls. And then the last scroll while maintaining eye contact with Rowan. If you'd like to follow me.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
She very much looks like willing to go with you, but is still very unsettled by the whole situation.
Yeah, okay. That way.
Points at the like big doors.
Just a moment. My lord, comfortable is the word?
Yes. Comfortable.
Understood. Rowan. This way. And proceeds to walk through the doorway.
She's going to take one look back at creepy turtle man and skitter up and sort of like moves fairly speedily to catch up with you, and then we'll continue to move fairly speedily because she has legs half the length of yours. So
and Cohen is not slowing down.
No,
just
that feeling. Yeah,
outstanding. So as you go again, you this turtle just turns and watches you, and I mean it's a smile on a beak is hard to see, but there is something about the way that it's looking at you, Rowan, which would possibly be found slightly unsettling.
Got that general vibe.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so you follow Cohen out through the door. and you guys head off through these dark hallways. You can hear the rustling of the turtle's robes as it appears to be at least following you out the door, but fairly quickly you can that sound dissipates as it takes a side passageway heading in a different direction. Rowan, you would again also notice that there's just nobody around. Like, these halls, they're very, very wide. This is a very big, ominous building, and as a tiny little halfling, even more so. But it's almost eerily empty.
Yeah. Sorry. So it's a big place. He said, sort of told me where are we exactly?
Like, she's saying this sort of trying to keep up with you, so it's a little bit coming out broken, but more because she's doing it at pace, not because she's sounds nervous. It's the like,
yeah. So,
Got it.
yeah.
Cohen will and stop.
Thank you.
I'm to take you to the laboratory and keep you comfortable until we can ascertain precisely what is going on.
I more meant, like, where am I? Because, like, I was telling him, Pearl is him.
Like, she is trying to correctly talk about somebody who she's only just met, who she's been weirded out by.
I believe Lord Pale Shell goes by him, yes.
Cool. So I told him that, like, I was with my friends, I guess, in a swamp in the Riverlands, sort of. And then I was asleep, and then I was in the chair. But I'd just really like to know, like, where I am, what this place is. I'm not trying to, like, be nosy. I'm just... It's a weird experience to be not where you thought you were.
Can I please insight check this very strange individual?
Look, 100% you can.
Marvelous, because whatever they are on, they need to be passing around right now. So that is a 14.
Kate, you're
I mean, like, Rowan is pretty much an open book. She's weirded out by the fact that she is in a different place to where she expected to be. She's not trying to lie to you. She's legitimately just trying to figure out where she is. Also, Ham, I do have a question.
Yep.
The sparkle cookies at PAX, do they count for this session or after this session only?
You absolutely...
Which is such a sentence.
So let's contextualize this a little bit, because that was
I know. I'm aware.
That was the thing. So one of the gifts that Heath brought were these absolutely mind-bendingly fantastic sparkle cookies that our friend has made.
They're macarons. They were black and navy and purple glittery macaron.
They were just amazing.
Yeah, they were like, sir, please stop. We are spoiled. Oh my.
But I did say that due to the awesomeness of this in the next session, everyone in the group would get inspiration. So yes, absolutely, Kate, you do have inspiration.
To check whether I got my inspiration or not.
Yeah,
it's important. They were incredible, and Heath has also promised LEB the recipe if he can get it from his friends. So
awesome.
We may get future sparkle cookies, which would be great.
Outstanding.
Anyway,
amazing.
Sorry to like completely no context sparkle cookies.
No, all good. No, but it's fun, because having some inspiration, who knows, that might be useful.
Knowing Rowan, probably.
Yeah. So I mean, for Cohen, look, I mean, as Kate said, 100% open book, hard on the sleeve.
Right.
Yeah, she is not like in general, not a character that hides. Well, I suppose that's technically not true. Not a character when she's in her interactions with people who tries to hide her naivety, because she's the little halfling that she is really the sweetest little halfling around, but we let another character believe that they are.
Wow. Cass isn't here to defend herself.
I know.
Wow. Wow. But also possibly legitimate. But anyway,
also hydrate, guys. Hydrate.
Right.
Hydrate. Oh, I just did. I'll do it again.
Oh.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Look at that
Emily.
glass. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, mine's currently being washed because I used it yesterday. I hear you can get them from Meeples and Dragons. I hear they make an excellent glass and a wine glass and a whiskey glass. Should that be
They
something
do.
that takes your fancy?
I do
They
believe
do.
Which
this
do not
is
have to be
true.
used for those particular
No.
beverages. I often use mine for non-alcoholic beverages on the
I
regular.
hear they're particularly great at holding M&Ms for snacky times too.
Oh,
Hadn't thought of. Oh my God, Skittles.
brilliant. See, I'm more partial to the stein full of water and the whiskey glass full of like apple juice or orange juice. But that's just
Yeah.
Oh, I like your style.
See, I need the energy, so this is generally a stein full of V.
Red Bull.
Because I'm classy.
I am
You
both.
just need your caffeine dose. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So pulling us back in line again.
Yes, sorry. We're playing a
That's
game,
fine.
right?
That's
Yeah.
Sorry, people are just being amused in the chat about my reference to smuggle cookies.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cohen will look Rowan up and down and be a little confused because they're not used to people being so genuine and forthcoming. Yeah, something seems sus. And
I'm just asking because I
right.
don't know. Okay, so Hi, I'm Rowan. I grew up in a very small town with like a farming family, and
Yes, I'm gathering that.
I don't know. I don't have any reason to think you might hurt me now that I think about the laboratory, but like is being nice to people who might be going to hurt you is a really good way to maybe make them not do that.
Why would we hurt you?
He said you were taking me to a laboratory and that sounded like I was going to have some weird experiments tested on me, and that's not something I'm particularly into, if that's cool.
Oh, but I was also told to keep you comfortable.
That could just involve a squishy mat.
Like, she is legitimately freaked out by the idea of being
Squishy
experimented
mat.
on.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a good one. I'll use that one next time. No. DM, are there any windows around?
Sure.
Cool. I will gesture to Rowan and say, would you like me to show you outside? Would that help?
Yes, that would be great.
Excellent.
If that's our yes, please.
I will need to pick you up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Excellent. And I'll heft
she's
you
not
up.
even looking at you like you're wiry, like you're gonna be able to lift me, but like
I'll pick you up and heft you onto my hip, like washerwoman style, and just walk over to the window and open it. Does any of that make any sense to you?
I'm guessing none of that makes any sense to me.
So looking out the window, you can see that you are definitely in an elevated space. You can see stretching out in front of you what appears to be another wing of what would be a very large mansion-style building. There is a small road that runs down the hillside, and you can see in the distance a dock, and it appears that you're actually on like at the edge of possibly a lake, because beyond that there's just water as far as you can see. You also do notice off in the distance, not too far from the dock, a largish building, and you would be able to see some what appear to be some lights just glowing very gently from inside it.
Okay, I've never been here before. At least I don't think, because the last time I was here, if I remember rightly, I was in an office and I stayed in an office and I didn't go anywhere else outside the office, so I didn't see any of this.
And the memories were always very kind of sort of foggy and not great when you came back. So
sorry, chat. I see you. Stop it. It's not fair.
Focus on the scene, Kate. You're not allowed to look at that. Focus.
It's going like this in corner action.
No, I don't think I've seen any of this before.
Based on sun come up, sun go down things, am I...
Is that a technical term?
Yes. Yep. I was gonna go for like astrological things, but then I realized that actually that wasn't gonna talk about quite what I meant. I meant like solar and lunar cycles and things. Am I able to tell whether I'm like okay, Kate nerd for a moment. In the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere, the sun is at different angles in the sky depending on whether you are further north of the equator or further south of the equator. That's the kind of stuff she's trying to work out based on like what's going on. Like, is she a far distance away from home? Is she not a far distance away from home?
That's probably getting into the realms of something like a survival check.
Sure, we can do that. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Ooh.
I asked my question again. So, it's a 17 plus 3.
Yep. No, that's cool.
I'll also point out that I have the Wanderer feat, which means I have a good map, like for maps and geography, and I can recall general layouts of terrain and stuff.
Yep.
So that's
which is exactly what we were going to lean into with us. So
Yeah.
Look, you, from what you can tell and from what you can see from the window, you would be north of Riverview.
Yeah.
Probably like looking up at the sky and sort of the main sort of star placements and stuff like that. Probably significantly north, like the sky just seeing it's
everything's in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, and I don't think I'm in Riverview anymore.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
A small dog runs past him.
I'm so sorry.
I don't think you're sorry one tiny little bit.
Okay, I'm a little sorry because I
it.
didn't know that it would break that hard. I'm not sorry for taking it. I'm sorry for its the reaction.
It's glorious though. I'm here for it. I'll look at you and no, I think you might have the right of it.
Okay.
Let's get to the lab. We can talk on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I get?
Please, yeah.
Okay. Lab.
Okay.
That might be a good idea.
Okay. So you guys start heading down towards where the laboratory is. Rowan, could you please make for me a perception check?
Yeah.
Can I please cast detect thoughts while this is happening?
Oh, you certainly can.
7.
What was that, Kate?
7.
7. Okay.
For
Sensory
those people
overload.
who say that I cannot roll, like that I always roll well, I don't. Just don't.
Okay.
Normally they don't matter.
So Mel, for your character, you're casting detect thoughts. Are you going surface or are you trying to dig?
I will go for surface.
Okay. So there's no saving throw required. Rowan won't have any knowledge that you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So the question for you, Kate, is that what would Rowan's surface thoughts be at this moment?
A blend of, oh my god, I don't know where I am, what is going on, and oh my god, I don't know where I am, what is going on? Like, it's that, like, that she is, that there's that internal drive of, I'm in a cool new place that I've never been to before. That's interesting and fun, but also the, oh god, I'm in a new place all by myself, and I don't know anybody, and I have no backstops, and that's like the number one thing that Dad told me not to do.
Mm-hmm.
He said, find some friends who I can trust, and I did that, and now I'm on the other side, possibly, of the world. It's a nice combo platter. This is what you get.
Nice.
Did you want to go deeper, Mel?
Yeah, because that isn't giving me anything I don't already know.
Okay.
I will absolutely push.
Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Correct. 13.
13.
For me, okay. Wisdom saving. So I have to roll a 10 or higher, just for those playing along.
Ooh, 50-50. Actually,
I rolled an 11, so I got a
Ooh.
14.
So Mel, I can't remember. On a save, does the person know that it's happened as well?
Hold the line, please.
Certainly. Do 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 do.
The spell ends either way. The target knows that you're probing into its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check.
Okay, so in that respect, then yes, Rowan, you feel this force probing into your mind.
She's gonna look up at you because you are the only person she can see. I would assume at this point.
And I'm playing with a copper coin at this point.
Cool. She's gonna look up and go,
If you have questions, you can ask. You don't have to get inside my head.
Sometimes the most straightforward answers aren't the ones we can say out loud.
Sounds like you don't have a lot of people who have a lot of trust in this part of the world.
I'm generally the one they send in when trust is an issue, yes.
But you haven't asked me anything, so why do you think I'm untrustworthy if you haven't asked anything yet?
Because everyone's untrustworthy. Everyone has an agenda.
My agenda right now is I want to go home.
Where is home?
The Rivenland. Well, technically, I guess home is on the road with my friends, but like, I just want to go back to where I was when I got bumped to here.
What is this bamfed?
Oh, that's the sound that people think it makes when I go and
Let's walk and talk, shall we?
she's like trying to work out how to explain that this is the like. It's not that it's the sound she makes, but it's the bamf disappear. I
don't know. I just like that's all I really want. Is if there's something you want to ask it. You didn't start by asking. You start by trying to get your sticky brain inside my brain.
Like I said, sometimes straightforward means are the best ones. And people have
more
a habit.
Straightforward than ask it.
People have a habit of lying. Have you not experienced that before?
Oh yeah, people lie all the time, but they don't tend to lie to me.
And she's got that like that big grin of like a small child who just people don't lie to because why? Why would they?
Interesting. Do you control this? What was the word you used? Bamf?
Sometimes. Not this one. This one's weird. This one where I end up someplace else is weird. There's one that I do control, but that's not this. There's kind of two kinds, I guess. There's the one I know how, well, I don't know how it works, but I kind of know how it works. And there's the one where I don't know how it works at all, and that's this one.
I feel a migraine coming on.
The last year for me.
You made that. Hey, Ham. You let me do this.
I love it. I fucking love it. That's great. Anyway.
I mean, I probably have some medicine in my bag. Oh, my bag.
No, it's fine. We'll just keep walking.
So Cohen, are you going to actually take Rowan to the laboratory, or are you going to go somewhere else?
I think having heard the last remnants of that conversation, I am going to take a left when I should take a right, and we're probably going to go to... Yeah, we'll go to Mistress Opal's offices, I think.
Okay, interesting. All right, so you zig when everyone else would know you should have zagged, but of course Rowan has got absolutely no idea. It takes you another sort of 5 or so minutes of walking through this building, and Rowan, you're starting to get a sense of just how big this place is at this point in time. And you find yourselves at the foot of some stairs that are leading up. So you make your way, start heading up those, Cohen in the lead. Very large, quite grandiose stairs, and it's apparent very quickly that they're leading up into a tower of some type. You do go past 1 or 2 doors on the way, but finally you reach the very top of the stairs. You can see some very large, very beautifully crafted oaken doors, framed in what almost looks like gold. It's almost slightly ostentatious. Rowan, you actually recognize these doors from the last time you were here.
Yeah.
But as you get close to the doors, in front of you apparates this image of a mouth. And the mouth says, "I am currently visiting Ord on business and shall return on the first day of Redwind."
Oh, of course. Right.
Sorry, what did they just... They're visiting what?
Ord, are you not familiar with... Where are you from?
A long way from here. There's a reason I'm asking this question, and I will explain, but I need to know what, who, where Ord is.
DM.
Yes, I do believe so.
Additional information required.
Additional information
yes.
required.
Yes, a download of information is currently going through your headset.
The one piece of information I may not have put on that piece of paper.
Yeah, the one piece that like maybe would be important given the information that I have.
Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? You guys might have never ended up here. Could have been fun. So Ord is located far to the east.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just quickly grab my map. Just slightly south of the Farzul Mountains, on the edge of the Sol Barazan Desert.
I will relay all that information.
So it's a place.
Yes.
And to add a bit of context again, so Ord is a small fiefdom. So it's not an actual
It's not
town
a town
or city, it's an area.
It's a locality.
Yes.
Okay, so, if someone were, say, to have been told to save Ord, what would that mean to you?
What does it mean to you? I'm gonna guess not a whole lot.
I mean, it's an instruction, but I also don't... I'm still a bit confused because Mr. Lord Pale Guy was saying that the place I'm... Because, like, she doesn't...
Yeah.
Was saying that the place I'm from is called a different thing here, a name that we haven't used for hundreds of years. So I'm just trying to work out if the Ord is my Ord or your Ord. I've said Ord a lot. It doesn't mean a lot anymore. Sorry.
No, it's like when you say any word multiple times, it just turns into gibberish.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, it's fine. It's
banana. Yeah.
It
Potato,
seems to me, young Rowan, like you have an awful lot going on.
Yeah,
and
kinda.
Not a whole lot of it is making sense.
No, not a lot. It's fine. the bit that's not making a lot of sense, the kind of Ord-related stuff, hasn't made sense for a long time. That's a big, long, ongoing not understanding. The Bamfin here bit is a new not understanding, which is also weird and fun. And yeah.
That must take a toll on you, having so many unknown variables.
I have nice people around. They seem not to be so worried about it, so I'm not so worried about it.
That must
it's
be
easier
marvelous.
when you've got people to lean on, then I guess. But I mean, you must have people that you talk about all the poking into people's brain stuff that you do, right?
Cohen will lean down, get very close and go, I only get asked to do that to find things out. It's not proper to gossip about what I find when I do that.
Sure, but that must be a big weight on you too, to know all the things that you're probing out of people's brains that they don't want to tell other people, and they're only telling you because you're making them do so through magical means.
She has like the biggest, widest, like, you're very close to my face, but also I'm still going to say the words because I can't make them stop coming out of my mouth. Mm-hmm.
Rowan, knowledge is power. The things you know, regardless of whether or not you can use them now or later, have use at some point. So all those questions, and he'll stand back up to his full height, all those questions floating around in your very busy little mind, you should work to find answers for. Because once you have the answers, then you can make a plan. And if you have a plan, then you have a course of action. If you have a course of action, well then, Rowan, the world is your oyster.
I mean, that's kind of why I asked you what Ord was, but sure.
But I don't know.
Oh, you told me it was a fiefdom. That's more than I had 5 minutes ago. And so you just told me, and you told me the truth because I'm me, and people do that.
Charismatic cheat friend.
There's nothing for us here. Let's go to the laboratory.
Oh,
walk down the stairs.
Okay.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of come down after you. I just sort of pause partway down, be like, now, Ham, if I'm right, it looked like a luxurious, big, like, comfy couches room on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I know questions and stuff, but, like, the other side of that door,
Yes.
is it, like, comfortable couches and, like, a big desk and stuff? Would Gorlak, the guy you said that I swapped places with but have never met, would he have any reason to be behind that door?
DM?
Yeah, the answer is yes, he would have been, because she's bamfed into that room before.
But would she have? Would I know?
Would you know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, different question.
So Cohen would know that is that's the private office of Dastaria Opal. So yes, she would hold meetings, have appointments with whether it's members, teachers, students within the consortium itself. So there could very well be reasons for him to be there, but it would be incredibly rare for anyone to be in there while Dastaria is not around.
This is what I was suspecting. Thank you, DM. Was he there by himself?
I mean, I guess technically no, but...
Is he technically not there because you were there with him?
Well, I mean, technically he wasn't there because I might have been there. I don't know what's behind the door. The door looks familiar, and I'm guessing what's behind the door, and that's why I asked. So I'm guessing by your response that, yes, what I described is what's behind the door?
It's what's behind the door, yes. I'm more curious as to the personages there.
I mean, there wasn't anyone in there when I was there, but to be fair,
If I remember correctly, DM, that the door was open or she'd just left
She was
when I was there.
You can remember that she was there, but you don't
Yeah.
remember entirely what kind of happened beyond.
That's right.
Beyond that, yeah.
and I mean, I wasn't by myself. There was a person there. I don't know who they were. I don't know what your Madame Opal or whatever looks like. So might have been her. Could have been, I don't know, the queen of somewhere else for all I know.
Oh, she'd like that one. Rowan, you're a very interesting, if annoying, personage.
I just like the fact that you think you have to pry into people's brains, and yet every time I've asked you a question, you've given me a perfectly straight answer that's answered everything that I needed to know.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
She's going to keep following you down the stairs now.
And I don't know if you'll be able to see, but Cohen is just like...
I mean, I'll see if I'll perception check that and see whether or not I see it.
Absolutely.
Not that she would give a
Absolutely.
rat's ass about when they were.
Roll a WTF check.
Yeah. My WTF check on perception, it's an 8. Probably not. You're too high up off the ground. She's too busy worrying about falling
I'm
down
up
the
amongst
stairs.
the clouds.
Oh dear. Interesting, if annoying, is the beautiful and perfect description of Rowan, the character. And sweet, and nice, and kind.
And Cohen just threw up in her mouth a little bit.
Yeah. I love that you are getting the full oh god, what was his name? The guy in like episode 1 that I just did the word vomit to.
Oh, Tolbin.
Tolbin.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting the Tolbin treatment, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Where the poor DM hadn't experienced the
this
full
small
cake yet.
thing?
And he was just
Nope.
like, oh my god.
You let me play with you and you didn't kick me out. Everything is great.
Everything is awesome. Okay.
I didn't
Right.
sing it. I didn't sing it because I don't sing
Neither
on the
did I.
internet till we hit 250 subs.
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Cohen, this time, are you still heading towards the lab, or are you going to make another detour?
Sorry, I have a memory like a sieve right now.
That's okay. That's fine. That's what I'm here for.
Did you use Gerlach's name when you were describing what was in
Yes.
the office? Yeah. Having heard that, we're going to go central when we should have turned right, where we turned left. And we're going to the offices.
Okay. So his office is where you guys started. So you're more than welcome.
Oh, right. No, we
So
want
you're
to go
more
to
than
the
welcome
quarters.
to go back there if you want to. But
Yeah.
also, everyone also has private chambers as well.
I want to go to the private chambers. Sorry.
All right. Okay. All right. So so you make your way back through the halls. Once again, Rob, do you want to make another perception check for me?
No, I will be very open. Where
Oh wait, I'm a halfling. Christ.
Someone rolled a 1.
Ugh.
Oh no, how sad, I'm a halfling. 16 plus 1, 17.
Okay. So for some reason, you feel like a small tug in your pocket as you turn a corner, and it's almost, you know how when you feel something, you sort of almost instinctively look in a certain direction. And you do, and you can see on the wall of this hallway a very large, very elaborately drawn map. And you notice a few things on it. It does appear to be a map of the Rindarian Empire. which you've now heard the name of.
Mhm.
The other thing that you notice on the map, which sticks out for you, is that Shardfall appears to be part of the Rindarian Empire,
Mhm.
which is definitively not
so different. Yeah.
so very different.
She would stop in
Yep.
the middle of the hallway if she saw that, and you would like if you stop and turn around to notice, you would just see her staring at the map.
What is it?
It's wrong.
I assure you it isn't.
No, sorry. My world wrong. Or your it's not what I know the world to be.
What's different? And I'll move back and
Okay,
watch.
so Shardfall, right? That's that thing.
And she's like pointing at the section of the map that has Shardfall on it.
Yes, that's Shardfall.
That's not part of the Rindarian Empire at home. It's north of where I live, but it's not part of Shardfall. It's not part of the Rindarian Empire. It's like its own thing.
No, it's, if memory serves, been over 400 years part of the Empire.
No, but wait, what do you call? Like he told me what. So, what do you call like where Deep Cove is? Do you know the town? It's on the other side of the continent. What do you call that area of the world?
Make a history check for me, because this is something that Cohen may not actually know.
Okay.
Yeah.
History?
Yep.
Natural 20 for 23.
Oh shit. Okay, so apparently Cohen's pretty read up on the history books.
Yeah,
So
apparently.
you would know in that Deep Cove is the capital of the Duchy of Alamar,
Right.
and is part of the Kingdom of Durador.
Well, that's part of the Kingdom of Durador.
No,
Yes.
not for no. That's what I'm saying. So, I'm from a town not far really from Deep Cove. My dad goes down there all the time for work, so I know the area. I'm not talking nonsense here. It's not been called that for hundreds of years. It's called the Rivenlands. That's where I come from. Something really weird is going on, and I don't like it at all.
I find it fascinating.
I mean, yeah, it's fascinating.
Like she fully agrees. Her brain goes like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," but like,
yeah, no, it's
Has
weird.
this
and
happened
different.
before? When you've bamfed, has it just been places? Or has it been times? Or has it been places and times?
I don't know, but weird.
and you watch her just like replaying a bunch of stuff in her head.
It's a montage scene.
Like no, like it's her just going like more specifically. She is thinking for everyone else who's watching about the conversations she's had with the rest of the party about Thea. So, okay, I am rolling persuasion because I know this is going to be something that's going to sound unbelievable when I come out with it. So, cool. All right. So I got a 21 just for those playing along. How persuasive this could be.
So there's Gerlach's not the only person. I guess I've technically swapped. I guess it's now up to places. I didn't really know that's what it was before.
Wait. Stop. Pause. Rewind. You swapped with Gerlach.
Well, I mean, he wasn't in the office, and Bronze Head guy said that,
Like she
Master
for
Pale
clarity.
Shell.
yeah, that one. He said he was talking to Gerlach, and then I was there. So I'm guessing Gerlach is where I am now, and I'm guessing that's what happened when I was, I guess, in what's her face's Opal Lady's office, and then there's been one other time it's happened, And I don't really know about her much at all, other than that she told all my friends that I was dead. Except I'm not dead, I'm here and alive. And then we went home to my hometown and we proved it by there being my dad and my ma and all the people who know me. But I didn't think about the fact that I could be, we just thought she was a liar. Because like you said, people lie.
People do lie.
But I'm not lying. I'm just trying to explain this weird stuff that keeps happening to me.
Rowan, I think the split between annoying and fascinating just tipped in favor of fascinating.
Does that mean I don't have to be experimented on in the laboratory?
As you say that, can I please get both of you to make perception checks for me?
Sure. 17.
Okay.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
So that's a natural one with a +2, but it's a natural
That's an
one.
I wish I was a halfling.
I'm
Yeah,
so fascinated right now.
yeah. Like, this is possibly one of the most intriguing things you've ever encountered. Like, this is, yeah. Okay.
Fuck my PhD. This is it. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh my god. Sorry. No,
Rowan
it's
is
just
my
me.
PhD now.
No, what? Sorry. What you don't understand is that's me just snapping into another character going, fuck my PhD. This is way more interesting. I'm like, no. Okay, wrong campaign. This campaign.
Back on track.
So, Rowan, what you notice as this conversation is going, this place has been silent.
Yeah.
As you've traveled through the halls, there's been no signs of other people or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just barely, you think you can hear echoing from somewhere down one of the labyrinth of hallways, footsteps, but it sounds like it's metal on the stone. Rhythmic metal sounds connecting with stone. Barely audible, but as you focus a little bit, it does sound like it's getting closer.
We need to stop talking. I know you're fascinated, but now's probably not the time.
Because?
Footsteps or sounds in corridor?
As Rowan points this out, Cohen, yes, you can now hear what sounds like approaching footsteps. You would recognize these footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And they would belong to, without giving too much away, more assistants of Lord Paleshell.
Rowan?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to disappear for a second. And I'm going to be replaced. I'm going to Bamf.
Okay.
In my own special way, okay? But I'll be the same person. Are you ready?
No, but okay.
Cool.
Love it.
And standing in front of you is a woman with very white hair, very white skin, very white eyes, very long white fingernails, dressed all in white. And she just gives you a wink.
I guess I'm not the only fascinating one, huh?
I haven't been called that in a very long time.
So you can hear the footsteps getting closer. I do just want to point out one other very quick thing about the map that, Rowan, you would have noticed, especially sort of looking at the conversation. There is a capital marked on the map of Shardfall, and the capital is called Valonia.
That's where Thingammy What's It said they were going. That Thingammy What's It said they were going, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are you guys doing as you hear these footsteps approaching?
Do you trust me?
I yes, if you trust me.
Let's pretend we trust each other, hey? And I'll just pick her up. I'm going to sit her on my hip again and race off to Lord Paleshell's laboratory.
Okay. Excellent. So you're now heading away from your original destination.
Mm-hmm.
You very quickly outpace the footsteps. And wind your way through numerous passageways until you get to a metal barred door, almost like sort of a jail cell door, and you can see beyond.
My brain heard barred as in BARD, not
Yeah.
BARRED.
Yeah.
It's
So
my
we're
brain
singing.
but just everyone would have watched my brain go, huh? Oh,
It's dude standing there with a lute and some hinges attached to him and a handle.
Playing Wonderwall.
Yeah. Oh no.
Wonder Door.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hi, you've met me, right? Puns are my currency. Sorry.
So, beyond the door, you can see that there are some stairs descending very, very steeply. Cohen, you would have a key for this door, which is locked. And so you'd slip it in, unlock the door, and open it. And as you descend, oh God, just preparation supreme. God, we totally organized that. As you descend down the stairs, Rowan, what you notice is it goes from what was a stone building into natural caves. And as these stairs go down, probably underneath this building itself, there are intermittent torches lit on the wall. And you get to the bottom, and there is another one of these doors, very similar to up above, which requires a different key, to which, Cohen, you pull out and unlock this door. What you see beyond the door is a large cavern. They're arranged on nooks and crevices around the room. You notice there's probably about 30 floating just underneath, just below the height of the ceiling. There are some on tables. There are some on desks. They're everywhere, casting this flickering light throughout this huge cavern. There's a number of desks and tables arranged around. Some of them you can see are covered in what appear to be alchemy type equipment. So beakers, flasks, stills, test tubes. You can see liquids bubbling away. In the middle of the room, you can see there are two large steel tables. And you can see both of the tables have got restraints, which are currently hanging loosely off the sides. On one of the tables, not restrained, you can see what appears to be a body. In another corner of the room, you can see there are chains hanging from the ceiling. And at a glance, the first thing you notice that there are figures hanging from those chains. But as you get used to the flickering lights, you can see that they don't appear to be living. In fact, they appear to be mechanical of some description. Both of them vaguely humanoid. One of them doesn't have legs. The other one appears to be missing an arm, but made of bronze-like material, very similar to the head of the turtle that you saw before. And beside there, you can see a table covered in what appears to be spare pieces and a variety of tools. There's also a stand on that table where you can see a piece of a head resting there. Very, very similar to, again, the piece of the head that the turtle had. But what you notice this time is that there's a very light blue glow coming from it. And there appears to be something kind of sticking out of it, slightly hard to see from where you are, and it looks like there's wires coming out of it. There are a couple of large chairs. One of them also has restraints on it. And the last thing you notice is in one corner, a fairly sort of shadowed corner, there is a very, very large glass cylinder, sort of like big enough to easily contain a humanoid of at least 6, 7, 8 feet tall. The way the light reflects through it, you can see that it's currently filled with some kind of liquid, sort of a dirty reddish. And floating in it, you can see a small humanoid figure. But from where you are, you can't see exactly what it is. On some of the desks, you can see various pieces of paper. You can see writing implements and tomes and books as well.
I don't think I need to impress upon you the don't touch anything mentality, do I?
Nope. I think
Good.
that's pretty well implied. Can I just check? Should I be hiding right now?
Can I listen for the footsteps?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Because that went so well last time. Okay. 18.
18. Rowan, are you making a perception check as well?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, up to you.
12.
12. I mean, yeah, it's neither of you can hear anything, any footsteps. There's the very slight jingling of the chains that these two mechanical forms are hanging from.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, no, you can't hear anything else.
No, I think we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So question. I
Answer.
know how my one works, but how does your one work?
I was always able to do this.
Doesn't answer the question, though.
You can't change your face sometimes?
I mean, I taught my friend Tiernan how to paint his face so that it looks different to his. He's kind of blue, so I taught him how to make his face not blue, but
That's
not
probably
really.
a good thing to do.
Yeah, he kind of stuck out a bit, but no, not like that.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, something I've always been able to do. When I was a little kid, about your size. Not that I'm saying you're a kid, but when I was about your size, I and one of my very good friends used to pretend that we were each other and go and spend the night at each other's houses. It was kind of fun.
Sounds a bit like you were trying to trap your parents.
You know, now that I think of it, I mean, my dad had been single for a very long time. So, I mean, perhaps. I don't know that it was conscious.
Suddenly the roof of the cave collapses and you both die.
Excellent.
This
is your fault.
Yeah.
You did this.
Put the two of us in the same room.
No, hold on. Don't blame me for your shenanigans.
What, you asked me to come and play your game knowing my level of
knowing that
shenanigans.
I was, and also knowing that I was the other player.
Tomato,
tomato.
Really. Okay.
Potato in this house.
Amazing. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, there might be something in that. But anyway, yeah, I've just always been able to do this.
Oh, okay. Because my, the reason I asked if I should hide is that I could use the other Bamfy thing that's not the Bamfy thing that got me here. But it's complicated. Don't worry about it too much. But I've only been able to do that since I was a kid, not since I was, born.
Oh,
Not the point. Cool, though.
thank you.
I assume, by the way, Ham, that the answer to my question to you before was no.
Correct.
I just kind of went with no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Which was just, have I met a changeling before? The answer is no. Great. Good. That's all I need to know.
Okay, so
She just sort of registers that she's in the laboratory.
yeah, it's a bit scary,
I
but
mean,
you're fine.
he told you to bring me here. Well, I guess he told the
And
other
make
you
you comfortable.
Okay. Why would he normally tell you to bring people down here? Because there's a body over there, and I don't really like that so much.
Would it be better if you couldn't see it?
Oh, it's just, I don't know. How often are you? I guess you work here, so you're often in rooms with bodies. I'm not often in rooms with bodies. Not often in rooms now that I think about it. Most of the time I'm outside. But that's not the point, really.
I mean, a cup is just a cup until there's something in it, and there's nothing in that. It's just an empty cup.
Registering
Actually,
all the... Oh, no, you go.
I was just going to say, make a perception check for me, Ron.
Natural 20 plus 1.
Natural 20. Okay.
On my nice big chunky dice that you can purchase from Meeples and Dragons.
They're pretty awesome. Oh, I even held up with a 20.
Hey!
Okay. So you...
I mean, it has rolled me a 1 tonight as well. So, like, just to be fair, we're not saying
the dice giveth and taketh away.
I'm a halfling. It's fine.
So with that roll, you would have noticed when you were coming down the stairs and sort of sensory overload.
Mm-hmm.
The corpse was an elf, and the torso was cut open. And you would have noticed there was a very, very, very faint blue glow coming from inside it. And the reason I bring that up is because of the whole, a cup is, only a cup when it's empty.
Can I... Vague recollections of descriptions of Blinky. Blinky have a blue glow?
Blinky didn't have a blue glow, but you have seen other bits and pieces of Tiernan's.
Yeah, that's what my question.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
Because that means I can ask the question that my brain is telling me to ask, so that's fine.
Yep.
Sorry, I have a question. I know I ask all the questions about where I am.
Oh, that's fine. I'm about to ask a whole lot of questions. Go ahead.
So you know the map that we were standing by before you picked me up and then we came down here?
Yes.
Where on the map were we?
Hold the line, please.
So you would.
She's essentially asking, like, for clarity. I'm asking whether we're on the shard, or like whether we're in Shardfall or not. Is functionally what she's asking.
So
she's not asking that question because that's the way she would ask that question, if that makes sense.
So stepping in to help Mel out, you are far to the north, across the Arathian mountain range, and actually on an island in the middle of the Troglosu Sea, which is an inland sea. So
I will convey all of that.
Miles, like hundreds of miles away from Shardfall. Sorry, I keep doing this. There's lots of little bugs in the stream. I'm not going bonkers.
You're in Queensland. It's fine.
Okay, so the reason I ask is because my friend that I said I painted the face of,
the blue boy,
has blue glowy stuff like that.
And she points across it.
Oh.
Blue glowy stuff.
Does he have a lot of it?
What's a lot?
I don't know.
I mean, he has more than I have, and I have none. So, I mean...
Well, then that's a lot. If someone has something that you don't have any of, that's a lot.
Right. That's why I'm asking what a lot is. I mean, he carries it around, so it's not like he's got so much that you can't carry it.
Would I understand what blue glowy stuff means?
So you would, based on the conversations that we've
She is
had
pointing
that
at the blue
you're-
glowy stuff that's
Yeah.
like coming out of the
Yeah.
chest of whatever.
at your character, you know that those are pieces of the shard,
Got it.
which Rowan understands as well.
How interesting. Is this normal for people in your normal?
I guess I'm now questioning what normal is. But no, most people don't walk around with blue glowy stuff.
Right.
I think he's the only one I've ever met who walks around with blue glowy stuff. That's not blue glowy stuff that makes sense. Like anyway, not the point.
Because she's thinking about like when people have had like not fireworks, but like blue
Mm.
glowy stuff at festivals and
Yeah.
things like that. Different
Yeah.
blue glowy stuff.
Rowan, I want to know everything about your time and place. It sounds almost as fascinating as you.
I mean, I don't know that there's much to tell you. It's a pretty boring place. Aside from the bit where
She is thinking back to the events of Harrow and the explosion, but not gonna talk about those necessarily.
I mean, it's just like normal. I don't know what normal is here though, because like here normal seems to be big cavernous archway hallways with no people in them. It's not like that.
Well, I kind of like big archway cavernous areas with no people in them.
You must be lonely.
But I can be anybody I see, so I'm never lonely.
That's you can be. Who do you talk to?
Often myself. I get the best
That
answers
doesn't
that
sound
way.
very mentally healthy. I used to get told off for talking to myself, even though I wasn't talking to myself. I was talking to. I wasn't talking to myself.
Who were you talking to?
My pet rock.
Insight check.
Ooh. Yeah.
I mean,
roll-
it's fun because I love what I know about that sentence and what Ham knows about that sentence.
roll
So that
that
is a 19 plus 2 for 21.
again.
Pet
Like
rock?
this is possibly the most open living being that.
Can someone just double check that there's no other players in chat, please? Because
I don't
John,
think.
go away.
I feel
John, I
like.
see you.
Ooh, get out of there, John.
John, I see you. I see you lurking. It's fine. Sorry, my brain just started humming a song. I see you lurking. But
I mean, I was talking to my pet rock.
and she like pulls the rock out of her pocket, and it looks like a big chunk of tiger's eye, but like a perfect skimming stone kind of like shape. But
Mhm.
it's a big chunk of what?
I was just gonna say, Cohen, can you please make a just roll a d20 and add your intelligence to it.
So just an int check. Ugh.
19 plus 3.
You've seen. I mean, it's weird,
Mm-hmm.
but you're pretty sure you've seen that rock before being held by a certain orc that you have been interacting with recently.
Your pet rock, hey? May I have a look? It's very
mean,
pretty.
I will say if you take it, you're probably going to lose it and then it'll come back to me anyway.
Oh, I
you
don't
can
want to
have a look
keep
at
it. Is anything going to happen if I touch it?
I don't know. I don't generally let other people touch it.
Okay, well, how about you just hold it out for me?
Sorry, just Just that moment where you're like, cool, that's a sentence that exists on the internet forever.
Yes.
She'll just like hold it out. She's holding it in the same hand. She's got a ring on her finger, but she's holding it in the same hand that her ring is on.
It's very pretty. How long have you had your pet rock for?
Since I was a kid.
It's very, very interesting.
Why do you say that? It's just a rock.
A rock is never a rock.
Sorry,
so-
I just need to like, yep, nope, fine. Just need to check how deceptive I was being by saying that sentence. The answer is very. Cool. That's a 25 deception on it's just a rock, just for clarity.
Cool.
If and that's if Cowan is even trying to
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Can I do an Arcana check on this rock?
You can if you would. What information are you trying to glean?
Well, this individual in front of me is talking some sort of gibberish about space-time continuum bamfing, and is now holding a rock that I associate with something else. And I want to know if this rock is tied up in the Doctor Who shenanigans that goes on.
I mean, make an Arcana check. We'll figure it out based on what you roll.
Cool. So that's a 12 plus 5 for 17.
I mean, you wouldn't know or glean anything specifically about this rock or the other rock that you have encountered, but you're conscious of people's abilities to enchant items, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's about all you can probably glean from this situation.
I will fold Rowan's hand over the rock and say, that is very special.
Yeah.
You should keep a very close eye on that.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's in my pocket. But yeah, no, I know.
Don't show anybody it, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
It's
Anybody?
very-
Anybody? Or like
Anybody. I'm not anybody. We're friends now, aren't we?
Insight check, please.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
gonna play bullshit.
Okay.
I am hurt, Kate. Hurt.
Mel, if you'd like to make the appropriate
19.
roll.
How's that net one
25?
feeling? Oh, 25.
Ooh.
Natural
Okay.
20 plus 5.
Gross.
Yeah, there you
Alright.
go.
She's gonna put it back in her pocket.
So what now?
Well, I'm to make you comfortable. So we can sit in
Tea?
these big
Biscuits?
chairs and I can make us some tea. And we can swap stories. How does that sound?
Okay, I've talked a lot. I feel like I want to know more about you and the swappy thing.
I mean, I'll show you yours if you show me mine. No, wait, that came out wrong.
You'll show
Maybe
me
I-
mine. if
Absolutely
show
Maybe
you
I
yours.
do.
There was-
Maybe I do need to talk to more people.
So with that, as you two now look at making yourselves comfortable in this laboratory, I think this is probably a good place to just have a quick little breaky break. So we can refresh drinks, we can process some of this information that has been delivered, and then we can find out where to from here.
Yeah, I'm just going to remind the audience that the other players are not here for a reason. Please don't now go on tell them all of the fun things that are happening tonight, because that's not fun.
No.
No, we want them to be as ignorant of everything that's going on as humanly possible.
Make them as ignorant as I am about what's happening with them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So So we'll return in sort of 5 or 10 minutes while we freshen up, get drinks, stretch our legs, and we'll find out what's going to go down in the lab.
In the see what's on the
slab. Yep. Franken pale shell. I don't know. Is it now?
No.
Is it now?
I think it's now.
So it's now.
Yeah, it's now.
It's now. Cool.
Never
Hi,
work with
everyone.
animals and children and ham.
Oh, but it makes a good sandwich.
Mm,
Especially
I've
with
got-
sliced potato.
glazed,
Good bit of potato. That's good.
smoked.
Mm.
I mean, I've got so many uses as opposed to potatoes, which just suck. But anyway, hello and welcome back to part 2 of our extra special Radiant Shadows session where I kill Rowan.
Hooray!
We explore where Rowan goes. Actually, maybe that was Thea did say she was dead.
Hmm.
Rip Rowan.
Yeah. As always, to everyone who's been hanging out with us tonight, thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with us. Time is basically the most valuable thing you can give to anybody, so always really super appreciate that you're making the choice to hang out with us. I hope you're enjoying tonight's episode. So without further ado, let us crack on. We had left Rowan and, well, who used to be called Cohen. I just realized that rhymed was entirely unintentional.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's been my brain's been like, who? No,
Yeah.
not me. Okay, great.
Yeah, no, that's having just gone down to the Tortle Lord Paleshell's lab.
Pale face, pale guy.
With Lord White Dude.
Lord should get some sun. Lord, oh my God, vitamin D.
Yeah.
Lord.
And with the instructions of making Rowan comfortable, having discovered a number of things down there, including at least two situations where parts of the shard were being used,
Mhm.
and finding out more about this different world that Rowan seems to have found herself in, we'll get back to the things at hand. So I think I'll pass over to you, Mel, at this stage to kind of pick up where things left off.
So, having suggested that we drink some tea, 100% Cohen is going to be busying, like looking around at the tables and going, You know what isn't here? Tea? Why is it down here? So silly. Maybe we should go on an adventure and find tea. I'm a bit peckish. Are you hungry?
I mean, I can eat.
I bet you can. Does bad thing make you hungry?
No, but I was asleep and now I'm awake, and that normally means breakfast, second breakfast, or 11s or whatever.
And you've been traipsing. Where are my manners? I am so sorry. Okay, well, we're going to have to go back upstairs. And we should find some tea and maybe some sandwiches. Are you a sandwich kind of a person or a cake kind of a person?
I mean, I like cake. Cake's always good.
Cake.
And cake, if it's a layer cake, is basically a sweet sandwich.
Oh, I thought I was the only one that thought that. We are going to be fast friends. I can tell already. All right, so depending on what happens, I might need to change all of this again.
Mhm.
So if I have to do that quickly, I'm just going to tap you on the shoulder so that you know that it's me. Is that okay?
Why don't we use the word fascinating as a really easy way to tell?
That is such a good idea. I love it.
Oh no, Ham just pulled a face.
Okay, so stairs.
Stairs.
Stairs. Okay.
Do you want to piggyback? I can piggyback you up the stairs.
No, it's okay. I'll walk. It's fine.
It's more like she's just very like, I'm an adult. I don't need to be carried. It's all right.
Yep, but you get to make that choice for yourself.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Okay, so up the stairs?
Up the stairs. Now, I have to lock each gate after we go through it because otherwise, I mean, we wouldn't want anybody coming down here. Really, would we?
She's like looking around at all the bodies strung up on, like, I know they're not bodies, but bodies strung up on things and on tape. And she's like,
No, I don't think more people down here is a good idea.
No. All right.
she'll
Okay.
step up through the door. Unless anything's going to happen before they leave.
Right, you guys head back out through the first gate with Cohen locking it behind them, going back up the roughly hewn stairs before finally finding yourself back in the actual structure itself. As you get to the top gate, Cohen, you're in the front?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. You get to the top and you go to open it, and you can see basically, so the hallway in front of you goes left and right. You can see just sort of peering through down to the right, a figure. You recognize what that figure is. It does, in fact, appear to be one of Lord Paleshell's assistants that you heard earlier, but they are currently standing still, and they appear to be facing the opposite direction to where you are.
I will wave, like turn back and wave.
Mm-hmm. She'll like squish up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sneak as best as possible.
I'm gonna, whilst sneaking, functionally use Cohen as like
Meat shield.
as an obscuring object, because I can attempt to hide.
Does Cohen give full cover?
Well, I'm naturally stealthy because I'm a halfling, so I can attempt to hide even when I'm obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. And as a small thing, and you would be a medium thing, I would therefore classify as being able to hide behind you.
Yeah, definitively.
Hiding.
So as you guys come out through the gate and go to sneak, what I'm assuming is in the opposite direction, Rowan, what you see down to the right is one of these mechanical constructions that you had seen downstairs. The only difference with this one is that it's in one piece. And it's actually quite tall. It's probably close to about 7 feet tall now that you can actually see it not strung up and all together.
Almost twice my height. Good.
Almost twice your height. And you can see in one hand, it's holding a very large halberd. So what I need you guys to do now is to make, please, your stealth checks for me.
$21.
Was that 21?
18 plus 3, so 21.
Where are we? And 23. Nat 20 plus 3.
Damn.
And yes, chat, a phenomenal number. I do not normally roll this high. It's ridiculous.
So here I am, like pulling out, funnily enough, which you covered.
Good.
To look up my bits and pieces. I'm like, I better check out what the passive percent. No, what's the point?
We
like
charring. We've got a somber line happening as we're stealthing.
Like 2 ghosts, you guys slip through the gate. Now the question for you, Mel.
Yes.
Are you going to try and lock it behind you?
No.
No. Okay. Are you going to close it behind you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Look, based on what you rolled, you managed to very carefully kind of just inch it closed with barely a sound. You two sneak down the hallway in the opposite direction from this construction, and hang at the first junction. You hang a left. So, Colin, where are you leading you guys to?
Back to the office in which Rowan found herself here.
Okay. So you make your way through the passageways, and before long, Rowan, you sort of start to recognize one or two sort of landmarks in the passages, whether it's a painting on the wall, a particular view out the window, and you get the impression that you're heading back the way that you had come, until you find yourself in a part of the building where, again, now that you're sort of a bit more focused, you notice that there are a number of what appear to be offices on this particular floor, as Cohen leads you back to where you were originally bamfed into existence.
Now, I believe I know where some tea is.
Okay.
That room that you were first in?
The office.
I think there's some tea in there. I don't know about the cake, but tea is always a good start.
I can live without cake. I haven't had cake for a while. No, like I can live without it. It's nice, but like it's fine. I if I had my stuff, I squirreled away a sparkle cookie from my friend Miera, but I don't have my stuff. It's still.
So your stuff doesn't come with you when you.
No. Last time they left, the first time it happened, they left it all in an inn, and I never took. I had to go still trying to get all my stuff back. But I really hope Gerlach didn't squish all my stuff because he's much bigger than me. I'm guessing he's bigger than me. I mean, most people are bigger than me.
She's like not talking very loudly, but you could just watching her brain like go through the sort of motions of like, wait, I don't know how big this person that I swap places with is. I assume they're like like your size, not my size, but like I don't know. Yeah, just watching her face go through all that process at the same time as talking.
Your train of thought is intriguing. It's just continuous, isn't it? It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Doesn't that get tiring?
No, not really. It stops when I'm asleep, so it doesn't really impact my exhaustion or anything.
Huh. Anyway, shall we? Yeah. Head towards the office. And before I open the door, I want to listen to hear whether or not there's any movement in there.
For sure. Make a perception check for me, please.
15 plus some stuff. 17 total.
Cool. It is much like the rest of this place at this time of night. It is very, very quiet.
I will open the door and make a grandiose, "Oh, Ms. Rowan, would you join me for some tea?"
Okay.
She looks like mildly confused because we've been sneaking through the building, that there's suddenly this like giant grandiose gesture of like, she's like, what?
Yeah, no, we're
fine.
Okay, is there a smaller chair? Because that one's really big.
Like the one that she was in before. Like basically if there was like a footstool, that would be appropriately sized.
Is there a footstool in here?
There is. There's a small couch up against one wall beside the bookcase, the very large bookcase, and there is a small footstool in front of it. The other thing that you guys would notice, especially you Rowan, now that you can sort of take in more of what sort of the space looks like. There's the main desk, and there is the bookcase, which you sort of had your back to for a large chunk of it, and you can see beside the bookcase on a small sort of buffet is a nice little tea set. But there's also a picture beside it. The picture portrays two individuals. One appears to be an orc with these very, very thick mutton chops, and at their belt is what appears to be almost like a cuckoo clock. And beside them, with their arm around their waist in a very sort of affectionate manner, is an elf, an elven male, with dark hair tied back, wearing they're both dressed quite similar, sort of slacks, shirt, waistcoat, both of them dressed really quite well.
She's like gonna walk over towards the bookcase and like point at the picture and just be like,
It's one of those Gerlach.
Oh, look over. I believe so, yes.
Both definitely bigger than me. My stuff is definitely squished.
My commiserations.
You would also recognize the other person as well, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual called Bellowin, who you would know through your antics as Gerlach's husband.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognize the other one?
No. I was guessing mostly because I swap places with Gerlach and like I don't know what he looks like, but my friends said something about an orc, so I'm guessing that's him.
I mean, you see one orc, you've seen them all, really.
Seems very reductive, but
like, and she says that more because she lives in a town where there's this diverse population of all different types of people. So she's kind of not. She's not saying it in a like insulting way, just in a like. Really?
I don't mean it like that. I just mean, I don't know. You see so many faces, you take them on board. I've got a flip book of faces in my head.
oh,
Eventually, they just end up melding into one another.
that's interesting. I tend to remember the way people made me feel or the things that they did rather than their face, because it's easier.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. I mean, faces can change, can't they?
She's gonna like look at you and catch your eye and just smile with a like, yes, they can.
So, sorry, what was the husband's name again?
Bellowin.
Bellowin. So, Gerlach,
Mm-hmm.
Bellowin,
Okay.
Nikt.
Nikt. Okay. Okay.
You can call me that.
Coin.
No, that was the name of that other face.
Different face, different name. Okay. I'm probably going to get that wrong. It's not because I don't want to get it right. It's that, as I said, things they do, people they are, not so much faces. So when it's same person, different faces, tricky for brain.
It's fine. I get called all sorts of things. It's okay.
So, Nikt, Gerlach is a teacher, from what I can tell by your discussions with Pale Turtle Guy, and
Master Paleshell.
yeah, as I said, name's not so important. Faces, people, how they made you feel, weirded out with the metalhead thing. So that's obvious. What about this one? I assume like partners? Question mark.
Husbands.
Okay.
Is that? You know what? We don't need to get into that.
It's fine.
No,
The word is. It's fine.
So this place, I don't know how much Master Paleshell told you, but this place, anyone who has aptitude for magic comes to it. Keeps them safe, and we get to learn.
Oh, it's like a school.
Kind of. I mean, it's mostly school. It's safe harbor first, school second, maybe.
Why would it need to be?
I'm trying. I do not have a spell that is like actually small enough to do the thing that I want to do, but I can't do it because I'm going to blow up half the room. So, oh look, big whammy magic.
That keen to cast Eldritch Blast.
No. Also, like, not keen to cast things that are going to mess up someone's brain, which is the other option I have. So we're not going to do that.
Where's your sense of adventure, Kate?
You realize you're the only other person in here.
Oh
right?
yeah, no. Meanwhile, while we're having this conversation about where we are, I am fixing tea.
Yeah.
So, does that mean that, like...
Nope, not even that's going to help me. God, this spell list. What have I done to myself?
So, like... you would be able to know, you would know that, like, the way that I disappear would be magic, right? But, like, there's no magic schools, not like that where I'm from.
Oh.
Why do you all need sanctuary and to be safe?
The major.
She looks at you with like the big question mark is on her face.
And you have to go. You don't. Oh.
I mean,
feel like this is fair. Ham, can I do like I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast, but not actually cast it, so that you get the like preemptive stuff?
So you're just wanting to sort of display
it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, quite literally, everything I have is either going to explode a bunch of stuff or stab her in the brain, and I don't want to do either of those things.
Think of it like when you're readying a spell and the trigger doesn't happen, so the spell dissipates. You could do exactly that.
That's what I'd like to sort of.
Yeah.
Because it's not that big a deal.
As soon as you go to do any of the somatic components, I pull out a wand and I'm just.
No, not gonna do it. Just showing that I have it, and then she's just get like. It's like she's done this and then just done like this and it just disappears. Just showing that I can, not trying to do anything. I wanted tea. I don't know.
Probably best if you don't do that here.
Not going. I thought you said we were friends. Was just.
You started this.
Not on purpose.
I didn't know what you were going to cast.
Oh, I was just, I wasn't really going to cast anything. I was just kind of like showing, doesn't matter.
Like to be clear, what my brain was saying is like, I guess technically what I was going to cast was Eldritch Blast because that's the only one I have that's got a like visual, like optical thing part of it, but it could have been anything just vaguely glowy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it would look like.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Actually, Nikt, can you make an Arcana roll for me, please?
Sure.
I'm not.
15.
Okay. You're comparatively well versed in the magical arts at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
The gestures and the collecting of the energy that you watch Rowan do. You've never seen anybody do it that way before. It's very, very different to the way anybody does magic in the consortium. Whether or not it's a wizard who is more formally trained, or a sorcerer who is more sort of naturally talented, the way that Rowan does it is different again.
I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You are fascinating.
You just went from getting really mad at me and pointing a wand at me to calling me fascinating. I don't know how I feel about this situation anymore.
Sorry. You're such an anomaly.
What do you mean?
Well, anomaly is when... No.
I know what an anomaly...
Yeah, okay.
Actually, wait, hang on.
Does she know?
I rolled a 17. I know what an anomaly is.
Okay, all right.
The reason I rolled is I was like, oh, wait, sorry. So for clarity, one of my characters has a very high intelligence. Rowan does not. And I just suddenly went, actually, does she know what an anomaly is? That's fair.
I don't, I know what an anomaly is. What do you mean that I'm an anomaly? Other than the fact that appeared out of nowhere. And
I mean, that's
anomalous. I would grant you that, yeah.
you appeared out of nowhere. You have never heard of Mage Rot. You're talking about very different place names, and where are your tattoos? Where did you learn how to do this?
I just do. I have a book. I mean, I don't have it with me, I guess, but I have a book. It's given to me by someone.
Right.
But I've been able to do stuff before that. Like, I'm not going to do it to you. Not casting magic or anything. I mean, I can't, like...
It's not loaded.
But, like, one of the ones I learned... Oh, God, now I've got to try and remember what order I learned things in. What did I do with spells? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Like, I learned, like, this thing where, like, it makes a loud noise, and the other, like, it's to get people to go away. And I learned that when I was little, because, like, it made people go away.
Right.
Like, it was not, like, I didn't learn it on purpose, I guess.
So you're saying your magic's innate, and no one's ever taught you how to harness it? You've just picked things up?
I mean, I guess so.
She looks slightly confused by this idea because of reasons. She's not hiding anything from you necessarily, but, like, she's not sure how to answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't exactly, like, moving stuff around the table when I was little. But, like, I know since I was, like, 8 or 9, can do stuff.
Wow. And so there's nothing like this where you are, no...
I mean, I went to school, but it was, like, school. There was, like, books and learning about geography, like where the Deep Cove was and where the Shardfall is, which is why I was so confused when it's not in the right place on the map. And Mum made me take boring cookery classes that were so...
Cookery is never boring. Cookery teaches you to cook cake.
No, that's bakery lessons. She made me take cookery lessons. It's like stews and soup. The bakery ones were fun because they were half decorated.
Soup is good food. Don't knock soup.
Soup isn't portable food. Food that's portable is more fun because you can go on adventures and climb trees with portable food. Can't go climb trees with soup.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
It's fine.
Pour out a cup of tea and hand some over, and pour myself out some and go, cheers to new friends and interesting situations.
To different times and fascinating people.
Cheers.
She's gonna drink tea. She's gonna, like, look around the room a bit more at, like, the books while she's drinking tea. And she's kind of looking for, like, books about like agreements with things or people being saved.
Okay.
I think you understand what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Make an investigation check for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
And while Rowan is doing this, I want to go to Gerlach's desk.
Okay.
And take a fossick around.
Okay. All right.
Womp, womp, womp.
Rowan, you start looking through the titles of these books, and the so many words have got more than 5 syllables in them. It's mind-bending. It's incredibly difficult to comprehend what most of this stuff is even about. You get a bit of a vibe that a lot of it's around magic, of course,
mm-hmm.
but also there seems to be a few things that relate to the manipulation of time itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, in regards to what you're looking for, it's like, oh god, sensory overload.
Yeah.
So whilst you're doing that, Nikt, could you please also make an investigation check for me?
I surely can. That is 23.
23?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay.
Was it another natural 20?
It wasn't, but I have +5.
That's
so.
fine.
It's
I think
only 18.
Chat will want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Chat. Okay. So you have a bit of a fossick through the desk. And you open up one of the drawers and there's a bunch of papers. And the first thing you notice is on top of the desk, a lot of the papers seem to be tests. So Gerlich was obviously going through and grading some papers and stuff like that.
I'll just look at some of the questions and go, wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Really, that component with the, oh, God, amateurs. Bloody first years.
You start going through the drawers and rummaging through them. And there's various knickknacks, bits and pieces of paper. And you lift up some paper in one of them. And there's like a small paperweight on it. And you pick it up. But as you do, you sort of slip and drop it back into the drawer. And there's this dull, hollow echo. And you're like, that's not what a drawer should sound like.
Uh-huh.
And lifting up the paper, you can see as you examine a bit further that in a corner, like where the joint is, the small piece of wood there is slightly disconnected, almost like it's a little button.
Oh, do I push the button, Chat? I think I do.
Okay.
The big red button that must not ever be pressed.
Absolutely.
Nikt, do not touch this.
Yeah, do absolutely under no circumstances.
I mean, Chat, do we press the button? I feel like we press the button.
So there's a very audible click as you push it. And the bottom of the drawer springs up on a small hinge. And as you lift it up, you can see underneath there is a compartment, and there are a small collection of journals in there.
What's going to happen? I will pick them up.
Sorry,
pick them up?
NBC in chat. Stop touching my stuff!
You're not here. You can't tell me that.
Sucks to be you. Just go method in a corner. Okay, so
Nikt will change her face to go like, who's stuff?
right. So you take the journals out. The drawer doesn't explode. Poison darts don't shoot from the wall. A dragon doesn't drop from the ceiling. But there does appear to be two of them.
Hey, Rowan.
Yes?
Want to help me look through these?
What are those?
Secret
Or rather-
books hidden in a secret drawer compartment?
Whose office? Whose office? I assume this is Gerlach's actual...
She doesn't know whose office this technically is.
Oh. Yeah,
Maybe there's
no.
something in them that he's found out about this whole bamfing thing.
Okay. You might need to help me with what... He seems to like big words. He seems to be a bit of a linguist of sorts.
Not a cunning one.
There it is. Yeah.
If I could find this compartment, definitely not cunning enough.
It's true. Okay.
It's almost
So-
disappointing, but yeah, if you think that maybe you found something. I can decipher his pretentious academia language and we can go through it together.
Okay.
Excellent.
She'll like come across and like pull up her ottoman.
You're like just kicking a Gaelic when it's down.
I mean, he bevved into my bedroll.
I mean, NBC,
like,
what did you think was going to happen with me coming on and then going into your office? What did you think was going to happen?
I mean,
dude?
look, hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So
like fear all over again.
okay, so there's 2 journals. So you take one apiece and begin flicking through them. Nikt, the one that you've got has got written in it what appear to be notes relating to the mage rot. Lots of sort of posing of questions and then theories written underneath, and it looks like, from what you can tell here, that Gerlach has been doing some investigation into the mage rot itself. Hard to kind of like lots of questions about, like where did it come from? How long has it been around for? But there's also lots of other bits and pieces, and you find on one page a list of names. And you see one of the names is Bellowin. In fact, it's right towards the bottom. There's only one other name underneath it. And beside each one, there is a location. And then a few notes. And again, it becomes apparent as you read through that these are all names that of people who have vanished. You recognize 1 or 2 of them as people that you've heard had succumbed to the mage rot. The rest of them, from what you could tell, were people who had just disappeared, hadn't been seen. Often, a couple of them you'd heard that they'd been killed in conflicts, that kind of thing. And beside Bellowin's name, there is the location which says Lasserel, which you know is the small town on the banks of the mainland, which is where basically the dock is that takes people from the mainland across to the island. And there's a few questions around that, like where are they? Mage rot, something else, and then a few sort of theories. The book that you've got, Rowan, has also got a variety of notes in it. You can see in there that it looks like Gerlach has been tracking the movements of people. A bunch of names you wouldn't recognize at all. One of the names is Mordium Paleshell. Another name in there is Dystaria Opal. One of the notes beside it says, travels to Ord frequently. Rumors are she's having an affair with Boulderhill Zenrin. But often it's like it's dates, left the consortium this date, went to, some location, name of place that you're not sure, but very much trying to sort of track where the movements of these people. As you
other than Opal, are any of the others, are there any other references to Ord in that stuff?
You flick through, there's not, but you do find on one page, Gerlach has made a drawing of the stone. Beside it, he's written Tiger's Eye, maybe Dystaria's lab. and then also a list of experiments that he's tried on the stone. And it's things like thrown off cliff into ocean, buried 30 feet down, like a list of things. A bunch of them are very familiar to you. And beside
yes.
every single one, there is a little cross.
Mm-hmm.
You also find in that same book your name. And it looks like he was doing research into like teleportation and how people would swap locations over long distances. But there's very little of that information in there at this point in time.
On that page,
yep.
Can I just make, like, in my tiny, very different to his spidery writing,
yep,
just a note that says not just over space, ? Over time. Does that make sense? Like, she's making a note in the book.
Yeah.
So that when he gets the book, he gets something that says not just over space, ? Over time, ? Probably as close to her name as, like, in the same vicinity as, like, a reference to her.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide this?
She wouldn't be, like, slamming the book down on the table and, like, making a big deal of it, but, like, she's not actively, like, if you looked up and saw her doing it, that would make sense, but she's probably trying to make sure she's doing it at a point when you seem engrossed. Like, it's not, yeah. So no, cool. But also not no, if that makes sense.
That's fine.
Okay. So with this information discovered, what are you two now doing?
I want to copy the list of names and places into my own book.
Mm-hmm.
Are all of the pages in this book filled?
No. It's maybe about a quarter.
I want to go to the penultimate page at the back of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Just very, very tiny writing on the inside bottom corner.
Mm-hmm.
Nikt was here.
WOZ_ERE.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
100%.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, cool. Love it.
And then I'll put my book down. Not really much in here for you. Just a whole heap of talk about mage rot and people going missing and anything good in yours?
Lots of movements of people. So, like, it seems like both Pale Shell Man and Opal, the other one, are listed in, like, where they're going and stuff. Do either of them have mage rot? Do you know?
They shouldn't. I would imagine that if they did, they would have been given the cure. They're very high up.
So, just again to fill in a small gap, like everyone who's a part of the consortium becomes inoculated as part of joining.
I'll show my tattoos and go, that's what this is. Like, we get it's a, hey, I'm free of mage rot. Whee!
Oh, okay. So, because it says that Opal is going to Ord a lot, and one of the things it says that, like, one of the things that I'm trying to do is work out how to save Ord. Now, I don't know if it's my Ord or your Ord or Thea's Ord, or the word Ord doesn't have any meaning anymore. But
who's Thea?
Oh, the weird one I said, the one from the other place that told everyone I was dead.
Oh, we don't like them.
I mean, she lied about me being dead, and I'm very clearly not dead. So, and you like truth, and I like truth. So, no, I guess not.
Truth is good.
I don't know her though. I've never met her, but that's because we swapped places.
She's going on her random tangent of, like, thoughts upon thoughts upon thoughts upon thoughts upon thoughts.
Well, Anyway, we should put these back before they get discovered.
She'll like give you back the book, so you can put it back where you found it.
I'll resist, but now that I know it's here, I will come back and have another look at some point. I'll replace the compartment and fold just one corner of the sheaf of papers that's sitting on top, just to be annoying.
Okay.
So, do you know if there's any books in here?
And she like looks at the big wall of books
that would be about Ord or about like, I don't know. You said that the way that people get magic here is like wizard stuff, right? Like you learn it from books.
I mean, most of us, or some of us do. I mean, everyone who's magic-y comes here, wizard or otherwise.
So, Nikt, can you please make an Arcana roll for me, if you wouldn't mind?
That is a natural 20, folks.
Can...
4.
Okay.
All right. Jeez.
All right.
I'll just
25.
So Nikt,
feeling like a big himbo right now. Like,
yeah.
just calling myself a bimbo doesn't seem quite right because she's not bimbo energy, but like she's a little himbo energy. Like,
so Nikt, you remember some of the core lessons that are taught in the consortium once certain things have been completed, and it talks about the nature of magic. Now, for the most part, the nature of magic, for those people who use it in the consortium, they wield what is known as arcane magic, or just simply the arcane. Wizards learn how to manipulate the energy. Sorcerers are able to manipulate the energy naturally. It's a gift.
Yep.
But they still all come to the consortium because it is the arcane that is specifically affected by mage roll.
Yep.
Those people who worship the gods gain their magic. It's deemed radiant magic, and as such, it does not succumb to the mage roll.
No, but it's
There is also
radiant magic. It's not real magic.
Also, another and far, far more rare group of individuals who can access magic by making agreements or forming pacts with otherworldly beings. The nature of that magic is neither arcane or radiant. It is said that for most of the time, those people who form pacts, those pacts are with creatures who come from other planes of existence. And that magic is actually drawn from those other planes via the thing that is the pact has been made with. So it is very weird. It is very unusual. It is not affected by the matron, but is deemed exceptionally rare.
Cool. So I'll turn to Rowan and I go, well, people like myself, or we can, tap into the arcane and learn to wield it. And, Major's kind of attached to that. But then, obviously there's some people who don't learn that way. So natural, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I personally, if you don't have to work for it, is it even worth it? Oh God. And then, a bit of a bedtime story, but every now and then there's someone who goes, sure, I want magic. You've got magic. Hey, yo, let's be friends. And, but yeah, anyway, that's just a bedtime story. They don't actually exist, pacts and whatevers and other realms.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
You're just the only... Okay, so how did Gerlach get their magic? If they're part of the consortium, they have to have magic, right? So are they radiant magic? Are they magey magic like you? Are they the other kind?
You would know that Gerlach is a wizard.
I mean, books, right? I think he's a wizard, don't you?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I have a book. I don't have this many books.
Look, We wizards are very attached to our books. We love them. They're our babies. So I think there's many books. He's a wizard, darling.
Okay. So I don't get my magic from books, and I'm not particularly religious-y, I guess.
Right. So you must be naturally gifted with it then.
I don't know if that's true.
Rowan.
What?
Oh, you're so fascinating.
I mean, like, what counts as an agreement, I guess, is my question.
I think it would be, hey, I want this thing that you've got. Okay, we'll do this thing for me. Okay, bam, done. Did they come to you or did you go to them? Tell me everything.
Well, no, I mean, like, when I was a kid, I, like, fell into a place and it was bad and I couldn't get out.
Right.
And I was exploring because that's, like, fun. Duh.
Yes.
And then, like, I got stuck and I found this. And she pulls out the, like, rock that's in her pocket. Found this. And, like, you know, I got helped, I guess. Like, they offered me help to get out.
What did they sound like? What did they look like? Did you see them as a person? Was it just like a feeling? Tell me everything. I need details, Rowan. I need details.
As you ask that question, both of you hear coming down the hallway the sound of those metallic steps on the cold stone.
Her rock goes straight back in her pocket, out of the way.
I don't think now's the time for talking.
Would I know that these things are going to try and remove us from places we maybe shouldn't be?
You know that essentially, yes. Essentially.
And
they are specifically under the command of Mortium.
Important thing to know. Thank you. Rowan, dear, can you go hide behind the table, please?
I mean, I can do better than that, but it's up to you.
If you're okay with that. I'll pick it up and put it in my pocket so that it can't be found by anything. Is that all right?
Okay.
Excellent.
Hang on. I have a thing for this. Hold on. Where am I? Where's my thing for this? Nope. Oh no, I can't find the correct one. I will have a thing for this in a minute. I'm gonna
hold the line, please.
Let's just do this for a moment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. People, move along.
Nope.
Excellent. I will stack the cups together so that it doesn't look like there's two people drinking tea. And I will close my eyes for a second, wave my hand over my face, and I will look like modern Pale Shell.
Ooh. Okay. So there would be the slightest little tink, 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 as the ring falls and hits the ground.
And I'll pick it up. And put it in a pocket.
A few moments later, the door, which was probably maybe slightly ajar, swings open. And one of Mortium's clockwork watchmen swing into the room. Its eyes cast about for settling upon you, Nikt. It stops It does sort of almost an awkward kind of bow. Straightens back up again. Turns abruptly. Leaves the room. And you can hear it clanking on down the hallway now. Away. No communication. Obviously, as soon as it saw you, Rowan, you would hear, because it makes a fairly decent amount of noise as it comes into the room. You don't hear any communication. You don't hear any talking. You don't hear anything.
Yep.
Once I feel like it's far enough away from the door, I will take the ring out and put it on the couch, and then give a bit of a shake, and I'm back to looking like Nikt.
Outstanding.
Well, in which case I will go like...
This is all very fascinating.
I will pop
and I'm
back
watching
out
the ring intently.
She's just going to pop back out again and just pick up the ring and put it back on her hand.
Okay, so you're back. I know you getting. I know you're going to have all the questions. I don't know I have all the answers. Okay.
That's fine. I have... Tell me, everything is probably too much right now. Where do you go? What does it look like? What does it feel like? How do you do it?
To a room.
Okay.
It's comfy. It's like comfy. I don't know. It's just comfortable.
Okay.
It's
like a waiting room?
Or like she sort of looks around and like takes in the office and goes, I guess it's a little bit like this. Like it's not this. Because that'd be weird. But like there's some couches and some like books and some like a bunch of my spare stuff is in there. Changes of clothes, stuff like that.
That doesn't have like elevator music in there.
Like it's just a quiet
hyped
space.
Music coming through. I love it.
Yeah. And I don't know, I can hear what's going on outside of here, and then like I can pop back when it's safe, I guess.
So you can monitor what's yeah. I need this in my life. How do you do this?
She sort of like holds it for a second and then just goes with a slight like one eyebrow raise. I mean, magic, I guess. I don't know. That's why I asked about what kind of magic people do and stuff.
So, back to the original conversation topic. Who did you make your pact with?
I don't know.
You are just an enigma wrapped up in a mystery, wrapped up in a parcel of frustratingly annoying fascination. How long do you stay here for? Do you time it? No, you don't. I
don't know.
So you could disappear at any moment.
Last
Hold
time I
that
didn't exactly...
thought. And I'm going to pull out my spell book again and tear a page from it and just go, Nikt, Arcanum Consortium, tea, no cake, and fold it up and go, do things come back with you?
I mean, I've never lost this or this.
Like taps the pocket that the rock is in.
Or like whatever I'm wearing, but I guess like I don't... I mean, my bedroll didn't come with me, if that's what you mean.
Okay. So things on your person travel with you? Put this in a pocket.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Put this in a pocket, and wherever you are, whenever you are, if I exist, look me up. Because I am going to be an amazing wizard at some point when they let me get into the big room. But like, I just want to ask you all the questions.
The problem is not the asking of the questions. The problem is the knowing of the answers. You can ask all the questions you like.
But if
like
I ask you all the questions and you don't have all of the answers, then the questions stay with you and you can go and find the answers. See, this is why knowledge is so powerful.
Potentia Doctrina. knowledge is in the power is in the knowledge. I know.
Ham's
Not
like,
true.
damn it, Kate. Quoting Latin in your game.
I mean, look, it's... You can still ask the questions.
Did you see them when you made the pact? Or did you just kind of
No.
feel them?
Mhm.
What did they feel like?
Magic. I was 9. Like, it felt
I
weird.
remember things from when I was 9.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know, the only like communications really like, I know, written, I guess, but not in like books and stuff. Yeah. Everything's been really limited. Other than like the map on the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the rock kind of told me not to keep walking, to like just stop and have a look. So I did.
Takes a big, like, she picks up her tea, which I'm assuming is the top one on the stack, and just like takes her tea back.
That map that was on the wall, Ham, was that
Yep.
paper or fabric or tapestry?
Paper.
How far away is it?
I mean, it's 4 or 5 minute walk. It's not that far.
Hold that thought. Stay right here. And I'm going to run down the hallway. Well, yeah, I'm going to run down the hallway, assuming that I don't hear any of the clanky clanks.
Yeah. So, if you're running, I'll get you to make a perception check, but I'll get you to make it with disadvantage because
Sure.
you're doing the runs.
So I rolled a 17 and an 18. So a dirty
God.
20.
Just wow. Okay, your dice, man. Holy
I
shit.
know.
You take off down the hallway, heading towards the map. Whilst Nikt is away, Rowan, is there anything that you're wanting to do, or are you just going to wait patiently?
Can she look at what's on the desk, like what he was looking at just before he bounced away?
So you have a look at it, and it looks like essays. And you can see scribbled in some of the margins notes in a very sort of bold, strong handwriting with questions and corrections. And it looks very much like you get flashback to school of, the teacher marking your papers. And that's pretty much everything that's on his desk.
Can she also like have a look around at like, I don't know. I don't want to steal something from the room in a like stealing it kind of way, but in the same way that Nikt has given her something to take back, she's now got this idea of like, what if I tried taking something back with me that proved I was in a place? So something that seems small and innocuous and replaceable, but weird.
A coaster
to her...
with Arcanum Consortium.
Right, like that kind of thing, right? Like the if we were in a pub, it'd be the pub coaster from the weird place. But that's something she can try and take back with her that proves that she was not same time, same place, same. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So there would be so the paperweight that was in the drawer would have on it like sort of the little emblem of the consortium on it. So you could take that with minimal fuss.
She's gonna like, I assume there's like a little pad of paper, like just normal paper.
Yep.
She's gonna tear the top piece off that and write a quick little note that just says, "I'm sorry I borrowed your paperweight, but I needed to prove to people that I'd actually been here."
Okay. Yep.
Rowan,
cool.
hold
Excellent.
it up, put it in the place of the paperweight.
Excellent. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, like ideally, like an arcane consortium merch jersey, like that'd be like. But that's obviously not the kind of thing that Gerlach apparently wears. So...
No, he's too classy.
Where is his college spirit, honestly?
Oh my god! There's
like,
no like
don't
triangle,
even.
like flag in the corner on the wall, like.
And there's a like a coat rack with a Letterman jacket on it.
Yeah. Full blazer with all the embroidered like.
Yeah.
I went to the consortium and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Exactly.
Yeah. He's part of the sorority house. I don't know, Arcanum Delta Pies or something like that.
Oh, pie. We should have done pie with the tea.
Pie instead of cake. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I want pie.
3.1415926535897932384. Anyway.
Stop. Okay, so
I'm
yes.
that flavor of nerd.
Yeah,
Delicious.
You are. So you you grab that as you wait for Nikt to return. Was there anything else, Rowan, that you were wanting to kind of, based on the information that you've gleaned here, the stuff that you read, was there anything else that you were wanting to do?
I kind of want to look around and see if there's anything else I can see, like letters or anything. It might be on like other tables or whatever.
Yep.
God, I'm phasing out of existence. That are about like to and from, like things about Lady Opal or whatever her title was.
Yep.
Because I have a connection between her and Ord, or if I can't find anything about that, like basically looking for Opal and like her and
those two words together.
Yeah.
There would be nothing like that in this room. The only thing referencing that were in the journals. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could rip the pages out from the journals.
No.
But there's no other references.
Are there any other books around that are about mage rot, like that he might have on his? Like she's sort of looking for, because they keep talking about the fact that they're inoculated. She's sort of looking now for, if they're inoculated and I'm not, and I'm in this place where everyone's inoculated.
Yeah.
And it was weird that I didn't have this inoculation. Like,
Make another investigation check as you try and flick through the books.
Keep making me roll intelligence checks. This is not going to go well.
Well,
okay, so it went okay. 17.
17.
Just to be very clear, she has a -1 to intelligence. So the fact that she rolls these numbers is like, it was a 16. I happen to have proficiency in investigation, or I would be doing very poorly.
So you do find there's one book on the shelf, which it is talking about more the nature of the arcane. It's highly theoretical. It's like you sort of flick through some of the pages and it's the worst thing ever. But you do notice in there that there is a small section which talks about the mage rot and what it actually does to someone who uses arcane magic.
Yeah. She's gonna like read up on that, because what she's trying to work out a little bit is whether the magic that she uses, because it was described as not arcane and not radiant or whatever, she's trying to work out what hers is, and therefore if she got into trouble here, whether magic is a truly terrible idea.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, like, just are you taking the whole book itself? Sorry, or
Yep.
Cool. So boom, done. Okay. Anything else?
She'll sit there like reading that section until Nikt gets back.
Yep. Cool. All right. Okay. So, Nikt, you come back. You find the map on the wall. It's like it's a nicely framed. It
Not
was
anymore. It isn't.
It was a nicely framed image, which has now been mercilessly and heartlessly destroyed as you extract the map from inside it, and head back, and you find Rowan sitting there with a book, flicking through it.
What did you find?
Oh, nothing. Because we don't have mage rot, I was trying to find out about it.
Oh.
Given you don't really understand my magic, and it's not really the same as
Oh, it's very
yours. I
rare.
was just having a look at it.
Did you find anything?
No, but I've only just started. It's a big book. And I'm a
I
little person.
have a present for you.
Okay.
And I'll start to like unfurl a bit of the crumpled corner. I got the map for you. So you can take it back when you go back and you can show that everything's different.
Oh, I was just gonna take this, but that's a great idea.
Like she's got the little paperweight,
Oh,
but she puts that back.
No, that's a great idea because my friends like maps, and we were already telling people that we were cartographers. So another map in our collection is not going to be a silly thing to have.
Okay.
She's gonna like roll it up as tight as she tight
Yeah.
as she can, like stick it in her belt, like it's a sword.
Yep.
Just like,
Yep. Excellent. Love it.
Okay, so I don't know how long I'm going to be here for, but like, did you have any other questions? Because I'm sure when Gerlach gets back, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk to him about all of this, but
Do you have any messages for him? Can I pass a message between the two of you? I don't know. Hang on. What year is it where you are normally when you're not here?
1033, Ham, help.
10:03. Yep.
1003, yeah.
10:03? So 1003?
Yeah, I know how numbers work.
I know. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
It's
okay.
MIII if you're writing it in shorthand.
It's Roman
to
numerals,
know.
Ham, it's fine. It is the correct Roman numerals.
To know. Thank you. Yes.
It's all right. It's just
Okay.
things I learned at school that I guess wasn't magic school, so I just have random other bits of knowledge. Anyway.
Can this sometimes last days? Because if that's the case, we're going to need to find somewhere to put you where no one's going to find you. You don't want Master Paleshell finding you.
No, I have a sneaking suspicion that when he told you to take me to the lab and keep me comfortable, he meant with the straps and the bed and the lying down.
Yeah, he meant the other comfortable that I normally make people.
The un part at the front that's in parentheses when you say the word comfortable?
It's implied. It's implied.
Heavily, like a brick.
Like a... That's not my usual, but yes.
So, I mean, no, normally it doesn't take days. And I think last time it was only a few hours, really, but I don't know how long that was in by time. Wow, my time. That's the sentence. Huh. Yeah, I think like my friends, they had a whole bunch of chats with him, and but I don't know how long it lasts. It's not really up to me.
Right. Is there a trigger for it? No, it just comes out of the blue. You can't control it. I don't know what questions to ask because it's just so bizarre.
I mean, I can show you the magic I can do, but I don't know if it's going to be mage rot bad if I do that.
Would I have any insight into that?
It'd be really, I mean, based on the way you saw her trying to conjure up magic earlier,
it'd be very bizarre,
very foreign. So it could have been another way to manipulate the arcane. It could have been something entirely different. It could have been radiant based magic. Like it's very, very difficult to know, to sort of pin it down without probably a large amount of sort of experimenting.
Okay. Which isn't Nikt's type of experimenting.
No. Although Rowan would be quite good at Nikt's kind of experimenting, to be fair. Knowing my spell
powers
list
combined.
Could be fun.
So
yes. Those cantrips I have that are all about getting inside people's brains. Not a terrible life choice after all.
So as you're sitting there pondering this very strange situation, Nikt, and this fascinating individual, you blink and she's gone. And standing there now, covered in... Oh, actually not, because I think he did that. Standing there now is Gerlach, looking very confused. Rowan, 1 minute you are sitting in Gerlach's office, having this conversation with this new friend that you've made, and you blink, and suddenly you're somewhere else. You're standing in the middle of the countryside. The ground underneath your feet is somewhat squishy. Towering above you are what is the Scimitar Mountains, and you can see nearby your friends. You can see Delgrim with his big stupid hat, Miera, Grumpfel, and Tiernan. And then you blink again, and they're gone. And you're standing in the main street of Riverview. And that is where we are going to stop for this evening.
It's fun because I know
girl,
what
like
that
I have
means.
so many questions.
You and NBC can talk about those.
Yeah, and now I have to run a second campaign for Nikt and fucking Gerlach. I'm just realizing how much extra work I'm creating for
Investigation,
myself.
shenanigans.
I think
Like-
LNL Covers has got it right there. Yeah. Welcome to my life in this campaign. Bam, and the Rowan's gone.
Yeah, where in the world is Rowan? Or where in the time is Rowan? Or where in the space as well?
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Who knows?
Stuff.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
So as is tradition with our little stream, we do a bit of a around the room to sort of touch on people's favorite occurrences, favorite things over the course of the session, as a bit of a reflection, a bit of a debrief. It's not too many people here today, but we'll still do it.
I think I love my favorite. Like, it's such a little stupid thing. It's just like, I pick her up and put her on my hip. I pick her up and I offer her a piggyback.
Yeah.
like, which is absolutely the correct response, but also wildly infantilizing of a character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. By the way, chat, please feel free to share your favorite moments, because there's so few of us. Like, we will read those out. So if you have favorite moments from tonight, please do let us know.
Absolutely.
I think my favorite part was the getting down to the lab eventually.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't have brought her here. That dawned upon Nikt. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Trying to bring her over to my side. Whoops.
Yeah. Bring her to the lab where she looks like she's going
Also,
to be slaughtered.
did you know there's no actual tea here? Maybe we should go find tea.
I made some bad life choices.
I'll also say
Nick's made many bad choices.
Every stupid pun from this, every tiny little reference that
There
I
are
managed
no
to throw in
stupid
there.
puns, Kate. Only stupid people who don't understand them.
As someone who wears a pun intended pin for most of her life, pun intended, but also I cannot believe I managed to get linguists in there. I managed to get the parent trap.
Yep.
In there.
Yep. Yes, LNL. The number of 20.
Ridiculous.
I do not roll this well. I only roll this well when I guessed, and I don't know why my dice hate me normally.
That's okay. This is good to know. This is good information to have.
It's also normally I roll really high, and tonight I was just rolling everything. So I just had.
I also actually haven't rolled this set for a character either. So these are now my Nikt set, which means I can't roll them for any other character. Yeah. Hooray! So Ham, I'm just going to have to come back there.
Look, I'm
look.
Fucking hell.
More BAP for fun times. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
I know what an anomaly is. I'm not stupid. Wait,
yeah.
hang on. I need to check. Do I know whether I know what an anomaly is?
So good. So
Ah,
good.
It's like quite literally my other character has I think a +4 to her intelligence because she's a wizard.
Right.
So I was like, no, wait, hang on, wrong character.
Yeah.
Same with the
Back up the bus.
prestidigitation. She would just prestidigitate everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, nope, wrong
Yep.
character. Don't have that spell. What
I
about you, Ham? What were your favorite stupid chaos moments?
Oh,
that we
look,
practiced?
I want to just give like a huge shout out to Mel, who I just did like an info vomit into a
Oh my God.
And-
How many pages of like
and
Okay.
went
I
there
have no
wasn't that
idea
many.
who
There was
any of
only two, three.
I'm looking at the 21-page document you sent through to
But
me.
that was just the summary of the campaign.
No, I need
That's
to
fine.
know that stuff.
That's
Plus
fine.
the cheat sheet of the world, plus my notes,
Plus the notes. That's fine.
plus our chat.
It's all good. It's fine.
I've
But
just been
no,
called out for sassing people about telling the truth.
but but I gave Mel a whole bunch of stuff, and she
Yeah.
was absolute fucking trooper for
Yeah.
playing along,
Yeah, you'll make me blush. Now keep it coming.
getting all of the information right, despite the fact that the way I presented it was probably an absolute fustercluck.
Yeah, we're going to
um,
talk about your note taking and
Yeah, well, look,
dissertation.
we got there in the end. But no, it was awesome having you here, Mel. I think I didn't have to say much of fucking anything. It was wonderful. So
Oh, except for when I was like, DM.
yeah, that's okay. But I don't hear
I do that all the time. I finally got my download of a whole bunch of stuff before this session about like, oh yes, this is how all my packed magic works. Great,
Yeah,
I remember this now.
But I mean, just the way you guys played off each other. No, it was awesome. It was really, really cool.
It was such
Very
a
cool.
joy. Thank you so much. Kate, I will play your very pale shadow anytime.
Like the amount of foil that these two characters were to each other was just like the beautiful chaos that I think that everyone needed, including like post PAX everybody and post like today being the day of days. It for like a lot of people, it's like, yeah, we just needed some true chaos in our lives, and I think these two characters were that. It reminds me, Ham, of the Halloween one shot we did with you, me, and G.
Oh God, yes, sweet mother of mercy.
Just for clarity, Gemma Driscoll, G of D, plus Ham plus me was a lot for our poor GM.
It's a lot for anybody.
You just with G around, you just kind of hold on for dear life,
Yeah.
and hope that you get to the end.
You two were the best obnoxious dipshit socialites I could have ever asked for.
Oh, thank you. I'm really flattered by that.
I played the foil. It was grand. But yes, I think and Adam's got it absolutely right that two-player TTRPG can sometimes be very hard to manage. So like I think the ebb and flow was really great, and I think you did a really good job, Ham, of knowing when to give us a shove, because the two of us could have just done silly RP scene work for
absolutely
ages.
How many hours?
Yeah.
I used to do 2-prov. It's one of my specialties. Like I can sit here and talk crap. It's great.
So for those of you playing at home, next session, so that'll be in a fortnight's time, so the 28th. Oh my God.
I'm so proud of you, Anthony. I'm so fucking proud.
Oh, sweet mother of mercy.
Oh, beautiful.
So in a fortnight's time, because it's so close to ye olde Halloween, we're going to have a Halloween special. It is going to be campaign adjacent. Unfortunately, we will not have Heath. It is, yeah. So like I said, campaign adjacent, still in the same world.
Yeah.
So come and check out what kind of horrific things I can throw at these guys and have them probably turn it into some kind of 3-act comedy. And then 2 weeks after that, we will be getting back to the campaign. Alas, Kate won't be here for that session.
I will very sadly be doing Shakespeare in a park in Perth. So I have to go and be Jacques, the quintessential sad boy of Shakespeare in the middle of a park in summer in lots of black. It's gonna be hot.
All I can say is that you will definitely be impressed with who turns up as our guest for that session.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, like, I'll be able to sneaky peek in the chat, like, in terms of muted and modding, at the end. It's just I cannot be here for half of the session, basically. So
Yeah, and look, it is. This is something that has been vaguely planned for a while.
Oh yeah.
So the fact
we've
that
had this on the notes.
yeah, this works just like this session has worked nicely. I've been wanting to do this with Ryan for ages, and we had another situation. Unfortunately, Promethean couldn't make it tonight. So yeah. Also, shout out to Saz, who was lurking in the background. Saz does all of the production stuff. She makes sure that the buttons go bing and the frames go whir and
is very patient when my technology goes
yeah not gonna work. I think she might have been asleep at one stage, hard to tell. The Saz is wonderful. Without her would be fucking boned. So as always, thank you, Saz, and I'm not even gonna make up anything that you're doing for once. No, just keep being awesome. So yeah, that's it. We're done. Come back in a fortnight's time for Ham's Horror Halloween Spectacular. I would just like to call out LEB for saying the fortnight it's going to be Hamoween.
Halloween.